See.
If you happen to find yourself looking for somewhere new to get your vehicle serviced, Pogue Ford in Bowling Green is here to remind you they can handle all brands of vehicles. However, if you have GM or Chrysler warranty, they will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
Getting ready for Silex at Louisiana, and we'll start with the lineup for the Lady Owls. They're coached by Sabrina Herron. They'll start number 4, a 5'4" senior Chloe Kenyon. Number 10 gets a start tonight, 5'4" freshman Taya Williams. Number 11, a 5'9" freshman Maddie Hall. Number 13, a 5'9" sophomore Gwen Gilbert. And number 25, a 5'11" freshman Sarah Gradicke gets a start. So again, it's Kenyon, Williams, Hall, Gilbert, and Gradicke for Silex. For the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs, they're coached by Becky Monticino, and they'll start number 15, a 5'10" senior Faith Rule. Number 30 gets a start tonight, 5'6" senior Estefania Ramirez. I knew I'd hit it wrong at some point this season. Number 35 gets a start tonight, 5'7" senior Misha Campbell. Number 41, a 5'1" senior Keela Campbell. And number 42, a 5'4" senior Casey Strickfadden. It is a very senior-heavy lineup. It is senior night here at Louisiana, and all 5 of them are seniors in the lineup for the home team.
Which also remind you, that means we're going to have a senior recognition between games this evening. So that means that our boys game will start probably just a little bit later, as we'll definitely try and go through those as well.
We already have one game tonight. JV boys, yes. Louisiana beat Silex in 2 quarters. 25-12 was the final in that one.
All right, and we'll also try and keep you updated on scores from around the area as they're all taking place tonight.
We'll take a quick break, come back with your opening tip in just minutes on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, the Mercantile Bank and Bowling Green Tractor.
Very nice job by one of the cheerleaders. Did you get the name, who the cheerleader was?
I did not. I was trying not to crack my head on this thing that we're sitting under, but she did a very nice job, which reminds me that the school musical is coming up here before too terribly long, and if you get a chance, make sure you get out and attend that. Well, of course, you can always find more information by visiting. I think it's the Louisiana R2 Activities if you're looking for that. So they're doing the starting lineups now, Mark, and ready for some more basketball after, snow days and more snow days and a few more snow days. It's nice to actually be back and doing some games.
It is. It's been a week since we had a ball game on Eagle 102, so it's nice to be back on the hardwood tonight. Silex has been introduced. Now the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs being introduced to a nice-sized crowd here for senior night. And, of course, the bleachers on the far side across from us are the home side, and always a good loud student section here. Silex traveling very well tonight as well.
Yes, they are. They're sitting up here with us and enjoy talking to a lot of the parents and grandparents so far this evening. Probably going to warn people we've got to heckle at least one of the refs this evening, as it is Adam Falloon and he came up and talked to us a little bit. We already warned him, and he's looking forward to it. So,
of course, the activities director at Montgomery County High School, and boy, it's a fun time to be a Montgomery County fan with both the Montgomery boys and girls in line for possibly outright
conference
championships in the EMO, and they finish out their conference schedule this week. Of course, everyone does,
Yes.
but tomorrow the boys will finish out their conference schedule for Montgomery at Ellsbury. And the girls, I think, have 2 more because of a snow out against Van Far.
Might throw out there that Adam did let us know that Superintendent Mike Gray is retiring from Montgomery County at the end of this year. So we appreciate all the things that Mike has done for us as well. As the tip-off is there, and it's going to go nowhere. We're going to do it again.
So second comes off the clock.
Oh, no, they're going to
award it.
They're going to award it to Louisiana. And there you go. We talked about it. Actually, Casey Strickfaden comes in.
Actually,
she comes out as Oblinger checks in.
Yeah, Josie making her first appearance. So, and it looks like Strickfaden putting on a warm-up, so maybe her night is done.
Maybe so. We have Campbell with it, and that's Misha. Takes it over the far wing to Rule. Skips it near side to Campbell again. She stops, pomps her 2. Her shot's up and good, and I tell you what, that's the way Louisiana wants to get things started, with Misha Campbell putting 2 on the board. Bring the ball down the court for the Owls now. It's Chloe Kenyon. She brings it to the near side, and Campbell reaches in. She tries to tie up Maddie Hall. We're going to have, it looks like a...
Yeah, that's what they called, was the jump.
Jump ball, so it'll stay with Silex under their own basket. Of course, as we mentioned before, we are across the way from the benches. As they finally get it, Kenyon to inbound the basketball right down in front of us, gets it into Gilbert. Gilbert right back to Kenyon. Kenyon on the near wing, skips it far side to Gilbert, holds the ball high, looks down there, now back to Kenyon again. Louisiana 2-3 zone set up with Rule and Ramirez up top. Gilbert over the far side, looks up top, out the elbow, down low with it, back to Gilbert. Gilbert to Kenyon again. She eyes the 3. It's off the mark. She chases down loose basketball right in front of Louisiana's bench, gains control, has it back between the circles to reset this offense.
2 players for Silex, 1 for Louisiana wearing eyeglasses out there, so look out if those things hit the floor.
That's right. Over on the far side is Maddie Hall down low with it to Williams. Williams back to Hall. Hall at the free throw line. Her shot's up. It misses everything. Gradicke saves it from out of bounds. She gets it back in, and Gilbert goes up, but she's denied, and Hall works around to get the loose basketball. She's going to hit the court as Faith Rule came up and tried to rip the ball away. And I think she's showing maybe she's bleeding or something. She needs to come out. So the player that I have to admit I'm shocked wasn't starting comes in, and that's Lexi Plackmeyer.
Her first action of the night. The foul, by the way, was on Faith Rule. Her first for either side.
So Gilbert with the basketball, far wing over to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer with the 3. It's off the rim, no good. Gilbert with the putback. It's short. Ball bounces around, tips around a couple different times. Or say it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Silex, so it'll head to Louisiana.
Lady Owls just having trouble finding the range here in the early going.
2-0 is our score. 6:31 to go here in the first quarter as Misha brings it across the timeline, swings it over to Rule in the middle of Silex's bench. Back up top between the circles to Misha. Again, back to Faith Rule. Kind of a little pitch and catch going on here. They look down low, try to feed it down low. Tequila, it's knocked out of bounds, but saved by Ramirez. Ramirez takes it between the circles in this man-to-man defense by Silex. Dribbles it to the near side, dishes it off to Misha. Misha down low. She pulls up for another 2, and she gets it. So Louisiana has a 4-0 lead here with just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Gilbert brings it all the way down, near side with it to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer works it around, feeds it down low to Gradicke. Gradicke works in there, and she's going to be fouled from behind. Looks like Oblinger's going to pick up her first foul.
Second on the Bulldogs. 5:48 to go here in the first. It's Misha Campbell 4, Silex nothing.
They get it right into Plackmeyer. She goes up for the shot, and I believe Oblinger's going to pick up her second. Although Misha's kind of shaking her head too, so.
Yeah, the clock's still running also. An extra 4 or 5 seconds ran off there.
They did, and they did call it on Oblinger. Plackmeyer's first free throw shot is up and no good. She'll get a second.
Yeah, Silex just can't buy a bucket here in the early going.
And I believe Silex had school today. There were several that used today as a makeup day, and I'm trying to remember exactly who all did that. Second free throw shot is up and good, so they get on the scoreboard. 4-1 is our score. Dogs on top. 5.5 to go in the first. Misha brings the ball across the timeline, pulls it up, dishes it to Rule. She's at the top of Silex's bench, all the way down to the wing, back up to Misha, and there's a little miscommunication. Gwen Gilbert's going to pick it up in the front court and had to adjust the glasses as Kenyon goes up for the shot. Coming in is Faith Rule, going to pick up her second foul. So really, Mark, they may end up having to play with 4 players because of foul trouble.
Or 3, or we'll see.
Or 2.
Because that's the second on Faith. Josie already has 2.
So 4 fouls with 5:14 to go in the first quarter.
Does not bode well.
Nope. Kenyon at the free throw line. First free throw shot is short. She'll get a second. Louisiana still leads by 3. 4-1, 5:14 to go in the first. Oh, they did like a Chinese fire drill down there. Silex kind of met the free throw line, then everybody went to different spots. Second free throw is up and good. They cut the lead in half, 4-2. Misha Campbell brings the ball across the timeline again. She's picked up at the half-court line by Kenyon. Looks for the screen, takes it to the far wing, all the way down. From the block extended on the far side, her shot's up. It's no good. Ball's loose. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Silex.
3 minutes gone here in the first. Now, yeah, they're going to say it was last touch by the Bulldogs.
All righty then.
He changed his mind.
So with it now is Kenyon. Kenyon brings it across the timeline. Swings it to Gilbert. Gilbert eyes a long 3. No good. Rims in and out. And it's Rule with the basketball. It's Rule going against Gilbert. She's going to take it all the way in. Her shot's up. It's short. Gets her own putback. And it looks like maybe Gilbert's going to pick up a foul.
Going to be the first against the Owls.
They're going to call it on the floor because Faith Rule's over. They did call it on her. Faith Rule's already underneath the basket, getting ready to inbound the ball.
Look for Misha on the inbound.
Misha's long 3 on the way. It's up and no good. They chase down the loose basketball. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Misha. She made the shot went off the rim. And Silex will inbound it. Kenyon to Gilbert, right back to Kenyon. She'll bring it across the timeline. Still a 2-3 zone from Louisiana. As Kenyon's on the near side, skips it to Gilbert. Gilbert puts the ball on the court. Couple dribbles, finds Plackmeyer in the far corner. She eyes the 3. It's off the rim. No good. Ball's loose. Coming away with this, Gradicke. Gradicke looks back to Kenyon. Now to Plackmeyer. Swings it again to Gilbert. Gilbert dribbles top of the key, finds Plackmeyer on the near side. Lobs down low to Gradicke. She spins around. Her shot's up. It's partially blocked. And coming away with it is Gilbert. Shot on the way again. Still no good. Plackmeyer gets it. It's no good. Finally, Rule comes away. Silex, as you mentioned before, is just having a hard time finding the basket. And as Faith Rule takes it to the hole, she's fouled by Williams. Where did he call it on? Sometimes their hair gets in the way. And I'm just looking. I thought it was.
It's going to be a shooting foul here with 3:57 to go.
And I've been waiting for him to put up who they called the foul against as Faith Rule heads to the charity stripe for 2. They lead it. Louisiana does. 4-2. 3:57 to go here in the first. First free throw shot's up and a little too hard off the back of the rim.
Still never posted that foul. I'm going to mark it for Taya Williams.
I believe that's who it was.
Silex yet to hit a shot from the field.
And second free throw shot is good.
And both sides have not made the first half of their free throws yet.
They have not.
Been nails on the second half.
So Plackmeyer with the basketball now. She stops and pops from the block extended. Nothing there. Gilbert with the rebound. She's headed to the free throw line.
And that's what Silex has to do. They have to keep going to the basket like that, and they're drawing fouls almost every time. So keep going with what works, and Louisiana will start to disappear.
So first free throw shot is on the way. It's no good. And Mark, I do have it right. The score is 5-2, correct?
It is.
Okay. Louisiana leads 3:57 to go here in the first quarter.
I'm thinking there is maybe a problem with the scoreboard at this point.
I'm beginning to wonder that myself. Second free throw shot off the mark as well. Chasing down the loose basketball is Misha Campbell.
And now they're going to hit a horn and call the officials over. I think the scoreboard's frozen.
I think it is. I think it's cold, which it shouldn't be because, it's nice out. So 5-2 is our score. 3:57 to go here in the first quarter. The only thing we have really going on issue-wise, Mark, is besides the scoreboard not wanting to work, is Louisiana in a little bit of foul trouble. By foul trouble, we mean we have 2 players with 2 fouls each.
Jaden Womack comes in for the Bulldogs during this issue with the clock. Looks like it might take a little bit more time to fix that. We'll take a quick break. 5-2 our score, 3:57 to go in the first quarter on Eagle 102.
People's Bank and Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your accounts, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Air Evac, Spring Hollow Coffee, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Well, they turned off both the scoreboards.
One went off, and now they're both off.
They're both off again.
Well, I laughed because they had Faith Rule over there, so it makes me wonder if Faith is part of their IT department as well. And I think they're going to try and get up and going now, but one scoreboard is not coming back on. So we like when they have these interesting things happen.
Yeah.
Now, the fun part also is that I've noticed that we have 2 representatives from 2 other schools here this evening. Maybe they're out scouting a little bit, as see a couple of the Clompton boys here and a couple Bowling Green girls. So,
well, last week when Louisiana welcomed in Winfield, I think we saw, what was it, Tommy Grody here from Silex.
He was here scouting too,
I don't think he was scouting. I think he was hanging out. But
well, they may be hanging out, but I always assume if they're part of the basketball team, they're scouting. They're looking.
Well, they got 3:57 back on the scoreboard. And
of one. Yeah. One scoreboard's still not working.
Yep, but the score is not right. They have to add one more point to the home side. Don't want to cheat themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently now somebody, this looks like a Marianne math issue. There we go. Now the score's right.
They got the point on the board, the Faith Rule point, and that draws Bronx cheer from the fans.
And I don't know who number 15 was that fouled, unless they just want Faith's number up there, which that's what they put up.
All right, now they did put that Josie Oblinger, both her fouls on there. They have to reset all the fouls because they completely turned off the scoreboard. Stefania had a foul in there. Gwen Gilbert had a foul, and Taya Williams had a foul. So you're right on that foul.
Yeah, well, look at me. I didn't screw up. I'm so excited.
So our fouls are in our book correctly now.
All right, I think we're ready to go now.
And it'll be Louisiana inbounding between the scorer's table and their own bench in the backcourt.
So Rule gets it into Misha. Misha's going to bring across the timeline. Man-to-man defense, half-court man-to-man defense from Silex. So with it is Campbell. That's Misha over in the middle of Silex's bench, and it's throwing me off that the one scoreboard's not on. I'm not going to lie to you.
Just look at ours.
Yeah. Keep looking. Ball knocked out of bounds. So back to Louisiana. Rule again to inbound the basketball. Looks, gets it into Keela. Keela Campbell with the basketball. Inside, tries to dish it to Rule. Rule works against Plackmeyer, and they're going to call a foul on Plackmeyer.
First on Lexi, and the third against the Lady Owls.
So Faith Rule inbounding along the baseline on the far side again. Gets it right in. Is that Womack? She's kind of amongst the trees over there to Keela. Keela Campbell with it now. Back to Womack. Back up top to Ramirez. Ramirez between the circles, swings it to Misha on the near side. Misha could probably launch it from there.
And has.
Womack with it now in the middle of Silex's bench, and she's going to throw it away as her pass was a little too low, and they're going to chase it to the other end.
Probably a good idea with Misha with her knee issue to
just let it roll.
Yeah. Take off the afterburners there and into the ball game, Josie Oblinger.
So Oblinger coming in as Womack takes a seat. Gradicke to inbound the basketball for Silex. She looks. Bounce pass inside to Plackmeyer, who creates some space. Her shot's up and good. Lexi give her 3 of the 4. And it's a 5-4 game with 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. Faith Rule turning it on. She's going to run right into Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer's going to do a somersault and pick up her second foul.
impressive dismount.
Did they call it a foul?
They did.
They just haven't put it up.
No.
Okay, I'm getting a little nervous about some of them.
3:03 to play here in the first quarter, a 5-4 game.
So at the top of Silex's bench is where Faith Rule stands to inbound the basketball. They get it into Keela. Keela takes it all the way down to the baseline out the block. Her shot's up. She's going to be fouled by Gradicky. And it's going to send Keela to the free throw line to shoot 2.
First on Sarah Gradicky. And Campbell to the line with 2:59 to play in the quarter.
First free throw shot is up and off the mark. She'll get a second. One more they hold up. Second free throw shot also on the way. No good. Plackmeyer with the rebound. She turns on her jets, brings it into the front court, looks, skips it all the way to Gradicky over on the far side. Her shot's up. It's partially blocked. Williams pulls down the rebound, kicks out to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer eyes a 3. It's off the mark. Now ball's loose. Misha Campbell comes with it, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Good job by Silex coming back to tie her up, but on the alternating arrow, it belongs to the Bulldogs.
So Misha will inbound the basketball. Full court pressure this time from the Lady Owls of Silex. As Misha looks, she gets it into Rule. Rule guarded by Gilbert, back to Misha. Misha being guarded by Kenyon. They're running toe-to-toe into the front court. Now she's trying to avoid the trap, spins around, dishes it off to Ramirez. Ramirez stands in the Bulldog as she waits for the offense to set. She saw Faith Rule open back door, but Faith was on her way on a mission. Rule with it now between the circles. Back to Misha. Misha holds up 5. It's basically Misha standing out the Bulldog and everybody else in a straight line as they find Misha headed to the basket. Shot up and good. Give her 6. And Louisiana Lady Bulldogs continue to lead this game 7-4. 2:05 to go here in the first quarter. Kenyon gets it to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer down low to Gradicky. Gradicky back out to Plackmeyer. She takes it in. Her shot's up. It's partially blocked. With the rebound is Williams. Williams is going to be fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. She'll get the chance to shoot 2.
I think it's going to be on Keela. It is. Her first.
So Taya Williams at the free throw line for the first time tonight. First free throw shot is up and good. That's the first free throw made.
Yeah, we were running in a bad trend there for a bit.
Second free throw shot on the way as well, and it's money.
First player to hit both her free throws.
So back to a 1-point lead for Louisiana, 7-6. As Rule tries to get the ball into Misha, and it's just out of her reach, and it's going to stay with Silex as it rolled off of Misha's fingertips out of bounds on the near side. So Kenyon will inbound the basketball for the Lady Owls. Just down from us. She'll get it into Gilbert. Gilbert between the circles. Right back to Kenyon. It's still a 2-3 zone from Louisiana's. Gilbert has it over on the far side in front of Louisiana's bench. Finds Plackmeyer in the near corner. She goes up, shot, it's up and good, and Silex has their first lead of the night by 1, 8-7.
Minute and a half to go here in the first.
Ramirez with the basketball for the Lady Bulldogs, working against Gilbert in the backcourt. She finds the defenders and splits them, gets in the front court, but it's Gilbert who knocks it away, ends up in the hands of Gradicky. Gradicky back to Plackmeyer, and Plackmeyer will bring it across the timeline. Plackmeyer starts directing traffic. Sends Kenyon down low, but she looks and finds Gradicky down the block. Shot up and no good as Oblinger's going to pick up her 3rd foul.
That is bad news.
It is,
for the Bulldogs.
Especially since we're still in the first quarter. So, 1:11 to go. Looks like Tori Mudd checked in for Kenyon. Maddie Hall set to check in for Gradicky. As Sarah's at the free throw line with the opportunity to shoot 2 after she makes the first one. I had failed to realize that's the 17th foul, so it was really a 1-and-1. She'll get the second. It's also good. So Maddie Hall checks in for her, and Silex opens up their lead by 3, 10-7.
So we'll have over 9 minutes of Silex shooting free throws here in the first half. That's
So Misha with the basketball gets it into Rule, taken away by Plackmeyer. And Plackmeyer, they're going to say, stepped on the line, so it's going to go back to Louisiana. Again, that's the 7th team foul for Louisiana here in the first quarter. As Misha needs to get into somebody, she lobs it into Ramirez. Ramirez works and looks like she about has her pocket picked. No, Plackmeyer stops herself from knocking it out of bounds. However, she had already touched it, or one of the Lady Owls had already touched it.
I think she didn't want to end up in the first row of the Silex fans.
I don't understand. So Misha with the shot. Her shot's up and good. Give her 8 on the night, and it's back to a 1-point game. 10-9 our scores. We're under a minute to go in the first. Owls on top by 1 as Mudd brings it across the timeline. Swings it to the far side to Gilbert. Gilbert and up between the circles, now top of the key. Dribbles, tries to feed over to the far side to Plackmeyer. However, Plackmeyer
had it tipped out by Ramirez.
Yep. So Mudd will inbound the ball right in front of Becky Monachino, and they get into Gilbert. Gilbert, top of the key. Dribbles, picks up her dribble, looks for Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer at the block. Back out to Maddie Hall, and Maddie wasn't quite ready for the pass. And that's the 7th turnover here in the first quarter for Silex.
A couple of things that you have to worry about for the Bulldogs. Obviously the foul situation, but can Misha keep up this torrid scoring pace? She has 8 of the 9 for Louisiana so far.
Womack with the basketball back to Misha. Misha now in the far corner to Rule, and she gave her a bounce pass thinking Misha was headed to the bucket. However, it was nothing but green. And so Plackmeyer throws a long pass up to Gilbert. Gilbert, her shot's blocked by Ramirez. Now Womack comes away with it. Takes it all the way down. She stops and shoots. It's no good. Williams says it for going out of bounds, but right in the hands of Faith Rule. And Faith Rule puts something up.
Thank you very much.
And Louisiana goes back to a 1-point lead at the end of the first. Louisiana leads Silex by the score of 11-10. We've got second quarter action coming your way next here on Eagle 102.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, Mark, as we get started here in the second quarter, it was quite an interesting first quarter. We've had scoreboards go out. We've had 7 fouls from Louisiana, so Silex is shooting for the rest of the half. We've had Silex not being able to find the bucket. Quite an interesting night.
And a couple of assists of Louisiana baskets by Silex. They need to stop trying to save the ball when they're on the defensive end. Just let it go out.
Plackmeyer immediately with the shot. She's fouled, and it looks like it's going to go against possibly Faith Rule, and if so, that's going to be her third. And that is exactly who they call it. So they now have 2 players with 3 fouls each, Mark, and that's going to make for a very long rest of the basketball game.
We played 8 seconds in the second quarter. You got 2 players of your 6 with 3 fouls.
And Plackmeyer's first is up and good. She'll get to second. We're tied at 11 all as we're just getting started. Second free throw shot is off the mark, and it's Womack with the rebound. And she has it taken away by Plackmeyer. So with it is Kenyon. Kenyon to Mudd. Mudd in the near corner to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer takes it up. Her shot's up and good. So give her 3 points here to the first 30 seconds of this basketball game. Get it back to a 2-point lead, 13-11 for Silex in there. Lexi comes flying in to knock the basketball out of bounds. And again, the clock's still running.
Yeah, it's running again.
That's right. Last time they tried to stop it, we lost the scoreboard. So how about we just let it go? So with it is Rule. Rule has the ball knocked out of bounds by Kenyon.
Well, he stopped it that time.
Okay, let's hope it starts again. 13-11 is our score. 7:10 to play here in the first half. Don't forget, we'll have your Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report coming up. And, of course, boys action for you following this basketball game as Womack has it between the circles, gets it near side to Ramirez. Ramirez right back to Rule. Rule kind of at the head of Silex's bench to Misha. Back to Rule again. She looks for Misha going to the bucket, and it's knocked away. And coming away with it is Silex. That's Gwen Gilbert getting on the court and getting that loose basketball, and they throw it up to Mudd. Mudd tries to create space. She jumps right in, and they're going to call it tipped. She gets her own her own loose ball, and she puts up 2. So it's a 4-point lead, the largest of the night for Silex, as it's 15-11. As Misha's trying to avoid the trap, she runs right into Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer wraps up the basketball. It's a jump ball.
Did you see the smile on the face of Faith Rule as she sat on the floor, knowing that she probably could have had her 4th foul there?
Yeah. She probably was just excited they didn't call it. So I'm just going to sit here, and then that avoids. If I get up, I'm probably going to foul. So I'll just sit here. So Plackmeyer and Rule both go for the loose basketballs. It's being thrown in. It's going to go out of bounds at the end of Silex's bench. Nope, they're going to stay in the middle of Silex's bench. It's going to be Louisiana's. So Misha inbound the basketball right in front of Coach Lipsy on the bench. Get it into Womack. Womack working against Kenyon. And it's Mudd that comes in and tries to get the steal. However, Tori's going to pick up her first foul of the night.
Nobody except for Plackmeyer has more than 1 foul on the Silex side. Lexi has 2. And she came off the bench. She didn't even start tonight. Leads them in scoring and has the most fouls.
We do assume Lexi has 2, as that's kind of when that scoreboard kind of froze up on us. We got another jump ball as Kenyon and Womack tie it up on the court. And this time the possession arrow favors Silex. So with it is Mudd. She gets it into Gilbert. And if Mudd was about an inch or so taller, those two would almost come off as twins.
All right.
Gradicky with it on the lower block. Tries to get it back out to Kenyon. Kenyon's shot from the block extended up. No good. Ball's loose. It's going to go out of bounds as Womack and
Plackmeyer
kind of wrestled a little bit there underneath for the loose basketball.
Yeah, Lexi with a nice stiff arm to send her to the ground. No call.
They get into Kenyon. Kenyon from the elbow. Shot up, and it's short. With it is Misha. Misha working around, loses the handle, but it goes right in the hands of Faith Rule. Rule pushes it up. She's going toe-to-toe with Plackmeyer. It's going to go out of bounds. They'll say his last touch by Plackmeyer, so it'll stay with Louisiana. Oblinger coming back in the basketball game. She's going to attempt not to get her 4th foul.
Fingers crossed.
As Womack comes out. So Rule slaps the basketball between Silex's bench and the scorer's table. They find Misha. Misha in some trouble. Stops. She tries to shoot over top of everybody. It goes out, but it's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Silex, so Louisiana will keep it. 5:52 to go here in the second quarter. Silex leads by 4, 15-11. Misha to inbound the basketball, gets it into Ramirez. Ramirez takes it back up top. She's going to reset this offense. Swings it to Misha on the far side. Misha to Keela. Keela Campbell in the far corner, back up top to Ramirez. They try to get down low to Oblinger, but it's not, hits in the hands of Silex. Gradicky tries to go high to get the lob, but it goes off her fingertips out of bounds, so back to Louisiana we go.
15-11, 5:35 to go in the half.
So
Silex ahead.
Full court pressure from Silex. They lob the ball in. It's taken away by Kenyon. Kenyon works it around, and she goes to Rule, and she's going to pick, and by she, Kenyon's going to pick up the charge. As you again, and no Faith Rule's like, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. She stood her ground.
That one was borderline, and Faith is very happy.
Yes, that's one of those ones that probably could have gone just about either way. As Misha now works her way up the near sideline. And the ball's knocked out of bounds by Mudd, so Misha will inbound it right in front of us.
She wanted a foul, didn't get it.
So Rule with the basketball. Rule between the circles. Now to Misha on the near side, right in front of us. She looks back to Ramirez. To Misha. Misha dribbling around. Tries to collapse the defense, feeds it off to Rule. Rule skips it near side to Ramirez. Ramirez looks. Nothing there. Puts the ball on the court, takes it down. She's going to bring it back out. And she's guarded in there by Gilbert. Now far side to Campbell. That's Misha. About top of Silex's bench. She looks for the long three, and it's going to go out of bounds. And Keela Campbell tries to save it, but this time it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Dogs, so it'll go back to the Lady Owls.
Good hustle by Keela. She gets a nice pat on the back there from Misha.
15-11 is our score. 4:45 to go here in the first half.
I thought she saved it, but it would have gone out the sideline anyway.
Now, Kenyon with it on the near side to Mudd. Mudd back up top between the circles to Gilbert. Gilbert looks inside, nothing there. She works her way around, looks down low into Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer skips across far side to Gradicke. Gradicke makes some space. Her shot's up and good, and gives Sarah another 2 points and extends it to the largest lead of the night, 17-11. So they're ahead by 6, and they get the inbound steals as Mudd puts it up. Shot's no good, bounces around. It's going to go out of bounds.
She took one dribble to kind of steady herself and went up for the shot and realized about halfway through she was directly underneath the basket.
Yeah.
Things don't work that well that way.
Taylor Howard checking in now for Gilbert. Howard wears number 22 on her back as Gradicke looks to inbounds. They get it right to Howard. She sets herself up, and I'm just going to say she lobs it over to Plackmeyer because Plackmeyer puts 2 more on the board for Silex. Campbell looks.
And a timeout taken by Louisiana with 4:01 to go in the first half, 19-11. Silex leads the Bulldogs here from Louisiana High School on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Family Drug, and Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice.
4:01 to go here in the first half as Silex has, after a slow first quarter, has come on here in the second, has their largest lead of the night, and it's 19-11. And Mark, the question I think is going to be is, will Louisiana be able to finish this game of 5 players?
That has been a question now, a point of concern since the pregame show. It was justified there in the first as both Josie Oblinger and Faith Rule picked up 3 fouls in pretty short order. So it's going to be a mystery if Louisiana. I think the refs have maybe helped out the Bulldogs a little bit. Now the ball knocked out of bounds back to Silex.
And they're going to say Plackmeyer got a hand on that as it went out of bounds. So now Misha will inbound the ball at the half-court line.
It'll still be a point of concern the rest of the ball game.
So Misha holds the ball high. She's looking. They have to get into somebody. They find Oblinger. But it's tipped around, and Kenyon comes with it. And again, Faith Rule thought she was going to pick up her 4th foul as she was going for the basketball as well. Mudd finds Howard. Howard shots up. It's no good with the rebound. Ball's loose. And finally, Howard took a shot to the eye or something. She's on the ground. And finally, Gradicke has it. Her shot's up. It's no good. And it's finally going to go out of bounds.
And allow Taylor Howard a chance to get to the bench. She got poked in the eye pretty good.
And I'm not too sure that she almost kind of looks like she's holding a contact in her hand.
Yeah, may have popped it right out.
May have. Been there, done that. That's no fun. But O'Reilly Watkins from Pike County Memorial Hospital's over there to see to her right away. So amongst all that, it looks like it's going to be Silex's basketball.
But the wherewithal of Howard she was in a great deal of pain to find the contact and pass the ball pretty much all in one motion. That's pretty impressive.
So here's the concern now. Actually, they called a foul on the play, and Josie Oblinger picked up her 4th. The first shot on the 1-and-1 is no good by Mudd. With the rebound is Campbell. Campbell stops, pops for 2 at the elbow. Her shot short, and Rule gets a loose basketball. Rule brings it out to the near wing, finds Keela down low underneath, but it's just a little too tall for her and goes out of bounds, so back to Silex we go.
Now they're going to keep Josie out there with 4 fouls. They're running with it.
3:22 to go here in the first half. With it is Hall. Hall bounce pass inside to Gradicke. Gradicke turns around, nothing there. Back out to Hall. Hall pulls up for the shot. It's off the rim, no good. Ball's loose. Hall gets it again. This time it's partially tipped. Oblinger gets a loose basketball, but she's in a peck of trouble. And it looks like Plackmeyer reaches in and grabs the basketball. We've got a jump ball.
Arrow this time favors the Bulldogs. 5 minutes gone here in the second.
So Misha to inbound the ball. Still full court pressure for Silex. 19-11 is our score. Owls on top. 3:05 to go here in the first half. They get it into Oblinger, but through her fingers and into the hands of Kenyon. Kenyon down low to Hall. Hall down low to Kenyon again. Back up to Blackmeyer. Swings it to Mudd. Mudd to Blackmeyer again. In the near corner from the block extended, it's Hall. Her shot rims in and out. No good. Ball's loose. Gradicke with it now. She's got to get out of it, and ball rolls loose into the hands of Lexi. Lexi Blackmeyer at the free throw line. Kicks it to Hall. Hall from the block extended on the near side. Shots up and good. So it's a 10-point game with 2.5 to go here in the first half. 21-11 is our score. Maddie Hall smacks the inbounds play. Goes right back out of bounds. So it stays with Louisiana. They try to feed it into Rule, and it's going to go off Blackmeyer out of bounds. No, they're going to say last touch by Rule.
I think the Bowling Green scout team has seen enough.
Nope, I'm pretty sure they're staying. I think they're just going to go get one of those wonderful hot dogs that you just talked about.
They are fantastic. They've added like a chili cheese dog, too.
So with it is Mudd. Mudd bounce pass into Gradicke. Gradicke shots up. It's no good. With the rebound is Hall. Hall puts it back. Her shot's good. She has 4 quick points after coming off the bench here in the second half. You know, my favorite from Louisiana is the dog pile.
That is very good.
I just don't never dress appropriately enough to eat it because we know I'm going to make a mess.
Well, we'll get you a bib or something.
Rule with it. Finds Ramirez. Ramirez heads to the bucket. Her shot's up and good.
First bucket for Louisiana in a while.
And the first bucket to first 2 points, I believe, in the second half, isn't it?
I believe second quarter, yeah.
Second quarter, that's what I meant. You know what I'm dealing with.
Yep.
So with it is Blackmeyer. Blackmeyer shots up. It's partially blocked. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Silex.
Yeah, Tori Mudd got away with carrying it just a little bit prior to that shot attempt.
So Misha will inbound basketball. And it's tipped away again in the hands of Blackmeyer. Her shot's up and good. As I mentioned, Louisiana is starting to come alive here in the second quarter, and they're kind of really extending their lead here as they're up by 12. 25-13 is our score.
Minute 28 to play.
Oh,
got the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report coming up in just a little bit.
It looks like Faith Rule's headed to the free throw line. Well, she will get a 1-and-1 off the foul from Chloe Kenyon.
That's Kenyon's second. So her and Blackmeyer each with 2.
Now it's Taylor Howard headed back to the locker room, see if she can get that contact put back in. First free throw shot's up and good. Faith Rule get a second. 1:28 to go here in the half. Again, it's senior night here at Louisiana High School. Second free throw shot, not quite off the backboard as the other one was, but she gets her own rebound. She's going to go back. Shots up and good. Count the bucket and the foul.
Good play by Faith Rule to foul her missed second shot, which she has plenty of time as high arcing as her free throws are.
They are, but she's good at banking them in.
Mm-hmm.
She can definitely kiss it off the free throw or off the backboard.
She's 2 of 4 tonight.
What do we say? So Gwen Gilbert's coming in for Chloe Kenyon. Womack is in for Oblinger. Second free throw shot's no good, but it's Campbell with the rebound.
And another foul.
Another foul. And Mark again. I'm trying to figure out. Looks like Oblinger is kind of working her hand a little bit. Not too sure. She may have not got a little bit of an injury there on that last series of plays as well.
It may be something that she's been dealing with also.
Very well. Yeah.
Because they've got a pretty good routine, whatever she's doing over there.
First free throw shot's up and good by Misha Campbell. She'll get a second. And all of a sudden, it's back to a 25-17 basketball game. So Campbell sets. Shot up on the way. It's off the mark. And Rule went for the loose basketball, and it's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to have – oh, they're going to say it went out of bounds.
Off of Silex with now a minute 17 to go. So this is like, back-to-back back-to-back possessions for Louisiana.
It is, and Womack goes up for the shot immediately. It's partially blocked, but Plackmeyer gets the loose basketball, and she and Rule are going toe-to-toe, and shots up. It's no good. Maddie Hall with the putback. It's no good. Plackmeyer with the basketball goes up, and guess what?
Going to the line.
Going to the line. We're just going to have to see if it's on Womack or if it's on Rule. Yep, Womack.
And a collective sigh of relief from the Louisiana faithful.
So Lexi Plackmeyer back at the free throw line. She'll get the chance to shoot 2 with 1:06 to go here in the first half. First one's up and good. 26-17 is our score. We mentioned 1:06 to go here in the first half. Second free throw shot from Plackmeyer on the way.
She's 3 of 5 from the line.
It's also good. Now hers, unlike Rules, is not high and arcing. It's almost flat and straight, but it works.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Silex. It'll stay with the Bulldogs in front of their own bench.
So in the middle of their own bench, still full court pressure from Silex. 10-point lead. They get into Womack. Womack brings it across the timeline. She runs right into Maddie Hall, and they're going to say she stepped out of bounds.
Again, I think the Bulldogs wanted a foul there, but didn't get the call.
Some muddle inbound to Gilbert. Gilbert looks to run the point for the Lady Owls. She brings it across the timeline. Top of the key, works it around. Lobs it to Plackmeyer in the paint, who tries to find Hall. Hall underneath, shots up, it's no good. Plackmeyer down to get the rebound. Her shot's up, it's no good. Finally bounces around a couple different times, and coming away with it is Rule. Rule is off to the races, but it's 1-on-5. Finally, Misha catches up. They feed it to her. Now with it is Keela. Keela back up top to Womack. Womack takes it all the way around on the far side to Rule. Rule to Ramirez. Ramirez between the circles, guarded by Gilbert. Dribbles with the left hand, brings it to the near wing. She works it around, now takes it back up top of the key, all the way over to the far side. Looks for the screen, but she's going to go all the way in. Her shot's up. No good. She's fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line. Nope.
They call
charge.
Yep. Going to be the second on Estefania. 14.9 seconds to go, and Silex will play for the last shot.
All right, Mudd inbound to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer brings it across the timeline, finds Gilbert. Gilbert looks over the far corner to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer stops. She pops for 2. Her shot's no good. And with the rebound is Hall. Hall shots at the buzzer. It's up and no good. And that is how the second quarter ends. Silex leads Louisiana 27-17. We've got your Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
With winter weather upon us, remember One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Schaefer. With sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community. Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Well, Mark, at the half, the Silex Lady Owls lead Louisiana 27-17. At the end of the first quarter, Louisiana had the lead by 1, 11-10. Louisiana is led by as many as 4 points here in the first quarter. And then Silex came out in the second.
Yeah, that was a 17-6 second quarter. That's a pretty good run for Silex, aided by the fact that they went to the line a lot in the first half of this ball game. And Louisiana in a heap of trouble when you dress 6 and you got 2 by halftime, one with 4 and one with 3 fouls. That's not a great thing.
And really, you got a third one in there. She's got 2, so got to watch that with Ramirez.
Yeah, so it's something that we're going to look at. Josie probably will start the second half on the bench. We haven't seen Casey Strickfadden since basically the opening tip. So really you've got 6, not 7 players, and 2 of them are in some deep foul trouble already. And it looks like some full court photo frenzy going on across the way.
Yeah, I know it. I noticed that as well, that we've got some taking some pictures as part of that photo frenzy. It looks like, I believe that is Walter Logan. I've heard that he's out there really trying to rack up the points. So you can find more information by picking up the latest edition of the Eagle 102 Patriot. Plus, some clues have been given on air. All you have to do is continue listening here on Eagle 102.
I think he's taking a picture of a Silex player, so that's interesting to get the opposition in there.
That is.
As well. 27-17 here at the half. We'll take a break, come back with first half scoring, and try and break this thing down a little bit further as Silex leads Louisiana by 10 after 2 on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit cards, now with even more ways to save with 2 great reward programs. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Veolia Landscaping Supply, Meyer Implement, and Calumet of Missouri.
5:40 to go here, left in halftime as the Silex Lady Owls lead the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs 27-17. And Mark, you got some scoring for us?
We do. For Louisiana, they got 2 points from Estefania Ramirez there in the second quarter, a quarter that didn't see much scoring for Louisiana. 6 for Faith Rule, 9 points for Misha Campbell. She had the first 8 for the Bulldogs and only had 1 point in the second quarter, going 1 of 2 shooting free throws. For Silex, a point for Chloe Kenyon, 2 for Tori Mudd, 2 for Taya Williams, 4 points for Maddie Hall, 4 points for Sarah Gradicke. And coming off the bench tonight, Lexi Plackmeyer with 14 first half points to lead the scoring for both sides.
And I think if my math is correct, which is usually not, but it's close, I believe Silex is 9 for 15 from the charity stripe this evening. Louisiana is 3 for 9. So,
yeah, that's got to be a little better. They've got to get some more opportunities, Louisiana, and they've got to stop fouling Silex because they're just going to run out of fouls at some
run
point
out of players
real quick, as they've already, again, like we said, have Oblinger with 4 and Faith Rule with 3. Estefania Ramirez with 2, and then Keela and Jaden both have 1 for the Bulldogs. No one with more than 2 fouls through the first 2 quarters for Silex, although they haven't committed quite a few, just have spread it out against amongst that extremely long bench that they carry, even though it is a little shorter tonight after the losses of Thurman and Julia Gradicke to knee issues here recently.
And I tell you what, we're watching Louisiana boys go ahead and do a little bit of warm-up, and I'm wondering if this is going to save some time per se once, because I'm sure we're doing senior recognition between the two. And
I'd hate to burst your bubble, but they did this last Monday as well. So just getting a little extra shoot-around in here at the half of the girls' game. We've got a lot more basketball coming up, not only tonight as we've got Louisiana and Silex and boys varsity action. Tomorrow we'll be at Bowling Green as the Bobcats, Lady Cats host the Clopton Hawks and Lady Hawks. And then on Thursday, Clopton again in action. They'll be at Van Far in girls and boys varsity play. So still 2.5 more nights of basketball before we get to districts, which starts Saturday morning from Winfield as Bowling Green girls will play an early district game on Saturday at 11 a.m., 10:45 pregame ahead of the district opener here in 2020. So a lot of basketball left. I know we're getting into crunch time and into districts, and we'll be unfortunately losing some teams before too long, but a lot of basketball, a lot of hoops still to come here on KJFM over the next few weeks.
All right, that's going to take care of the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report. We've got second half action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
With winter weather upon us, remember one multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Hi, folks. My name is Cody Kirkendall. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections. Mike's Tire and Service Center, business 61 North in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, Bowling Green Pharmacy, and Mid-America Auto and Towing.
Well, Mark, still just a little bit of time left before we get started. What's your thoughts here for the second half?
Same thing we've been saying all night long. Louisiana has to be careful with their fouls. They weren't very careful in the first half. That puts them even more up against the wall here in the second half. Silex, I think 10-point lead. Just take care of the basketball. You probably don't need to force it inside as much. Run a little clock between shots. Make sure you have a good open look. They have struggled from anything outside of 3 foot tonight.
Yeah.
That's where they've scored most of their points there in the free throw line. So maybe try and find that hot hand. It might be a little bit farther down the bench. Who knows? But they got to find some perimeter shooting to succeed not only tonight, the rest of the week and into districts.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We're gonna see some interesting matchups in districts. Again, if you want a copy of those brackets, all you have to do is go to KJFM, eagle102.net. On the left-hand side, there is a nice little tower there that says, has the Misha logo. You can click on it. It'll take you to our sports page where you can find the brackets for not only Class 2 District 5, which will be played at Clopton this year, which will encompass, as we mentioned, not only Louisiana Silex.
Teams, yeah.
You can also find the Class 3 District 8, which is Bowling Green, Montgomery County, all those playing at Winfield.
Just mentioned Taylor Howard back out of the locker room smiling, and the repairs seem to be minor, and she is back on the bench for the Lady Owls to start the second half.
As Mark, somebody tried to throw your favorite drink on the floor, and Coach Aaron Hinkie was able to wrap that up with that Mountain Dew before it got too out of hand. Hall with it now for the Lady Owls. Skips it far side to Gilbert. Gilbert looks over on the far wing, back to Hall. Hall bounce pass down low to Gradicke. Gradicke shots up. It's no good. Tipped around. Works to get her own rebound, but it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Silex. So back to Louisiana.
I'm saying Mountain Dew should be the official drink of Silex. It's green.
Is that what we're going with here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of green and Mountain Dew, I did a district softball tournament at New Haven once, They even have a Pepsi distributor there.
Uh-huh.
No Mountain Dew in their concession.
Oh, that's so smart of them. Keela Campbell heads to the bucket. She's fouled.
Traveled.
Oh, did she travel? So smart of them not to have that in Mountain Dew.
Well, they didn't have Sundrop either. So.
Oh, well, then that's just wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to talk to them.
Nothing green, nothing yellow. Now a steal by Misha.
And we're headed back the other direction. Here comes Campbell. That's Misha with it on the near wing up to Ramirez between the circles. So on the court we have Rule, who has the ball now. Womack, Ramirez, Keela Campbell, and Misha Campbell for Louisiana. For Silex we have Kenyon, Hall, Gradicke, Plackmeyer, and Gilbert. Ball's tipped away as Womack gets in the hands of Hall. Hall's taking it all the way down, lays it up off the glass, nice and smooth. And Silex continues with their scoring here and up matching their largest lead of the night at 12, 29-17.
And Maddie Hall having a nice night, now 6 points in the ball game.
So Misha with the basketball looks back door to Campbell, but it's taken away by Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer over to Gilbert. Gilbert up, shot's good.
Gwen Gilbert, first 2 points tonight.
And I think we're going to continue to see Silex kind of sort of flex their muscle here tonight, knowing that they, kind of have Louisiana already in some foul trouble a little bit as Kenyon.
Now she's in some foul trouble. She picked up her third.
I really think that's just where Chloe's comfortable is 3 fouls.
That's her wheelhouse.
Yeah, I think it is because she could play the rest of the game without picking up a foul, but it's almost like you got to get 3 to make sure that you were aggressive enough in this game. So with it is Ramirez. Ramirez, top of the keys, over to Womack. Womack, near side to Rule. Rule looks inside. She's on the wing still. Gets it to Campbell. That's Misha. Misha with the left hand takes it into the paint. Her shot's up and good. Misha Campbell with 2 more tonight and gets her in double figures. Scores 31-19. 5:55 to go here in the third quarter. Kenyon to Gilbert. She bounce passes in slow to Gradicky. It's taken away by Rule. Rule across the timeline. She's picked up by Gilbert. Picks up her dribble, dishes it to Ramirez. To Campbell. Campbell looks. Misha with it, needing some trouble. Gets it to Rule. Rule on the near side, back to Keela. Keela into the paint. Her shot's up and good. So Keela Campbell in the scorebooks tonight.
And she might reel off like 6 straight points now.
She may. She very well may. With it now is Maddie Hall. She looks inside to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer in the paint. Shots up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. Give her 16 on the night.
And coming back in the ball game after the free throw, if it's made, will be Taya Williams. Nope, now they'll let her come in. She replaces Sarah Gradicky.
So, back at the free throw line is Plackmeyer for her +1. And it's off the mark. A little hard off the backboard. She chases down her rebound. However, she tips it out of bounds. So Louisiana will inbound the basketball right in front of the Silex fans. Right down from us as Misha Campbell will do it with full court pressure. Misha's looking. She needs to get it. Somebody gets it to Rule. Rule. About has her pocket picked. Instead dishes it off to Campbell. That's Misha. Takes it all the way in, and she's going to dribble off her foot out of bounds. Although it touched Silex before it went out of bounds, so Louisiana will keep it under their own basket.
4:57 to play here in the third. 33-21, Silex leads.
So with it in his Rule. Gets it right into Womack. Womack on the far side. Her shot's up. It's no good. Keela with the rebound. However, it falls off of her hands and into the hands of Maddie Hall. Hall to Plackmeyer. Near corner to Kenyon. Kenyon eyes the 3. It's off the mark with the rebound, though, is Hall. Hall puts it back. It's no good with it. Now is Rule. And Kenyon knocks it out of bounds.
Yet to have a three-pointer go through in this ball game, and that's rare in high school basketball anymore.
Especially with some of the big three-point shooters we have. We've talked about Misha Campbell for the last 4 years about how she can shoot a 3 so effortlessly. It's just crazy. And then, of course, we've seen Plackmeyer and a couple of these others from Silex knock him down this year. Maddie Hall falls to the ground but maintains her dribble while doing so. Very athletic move there by her. Gets it to Gilbert, back to Hall, and now she's going to double dribble.
I've noticed that about Silex. They're all wearing the knee pads again and love to slide around on this floor. And a good job that time by Maddie Hall to keep her dribble while sliding around. On her knees. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a throwback to when
Ashley and Rebecca played.
Exactly.
With it down the inbound steal to Plackmeyer. Her shot's up and good. Makes it a 33-21 basketball game. 35, excuse me. Nope, we got a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Louisiana wants to talk about it. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. 4:21 to go here in the third quarter. Silex leads Louisiana 35-21. You're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Vernon and Judy Brown are the owners and operators of Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Highway 61 in Silex. Brown's Smokehouse Meats also invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street. For all your smokehouse meats, deer processing, and homemade sausage, be sure to visit Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Silex and Troy.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Hinky Construction, Midwest Pest Professionals, and Perkins Electrical Service.
So out of the timeout, Mark, I'm sure Coach Becky Monachino is trying to figure out how to get some points on the board while keeping players out of more foul trouble. With 4:21 to go here in the third again, Silex ahead 35-21. And one of the big issues they've been working against here is the inbounds play. Silex has had the full court pressure on, and Misha Campbell and Faith Rule have been working to try and get open. I noticed that Womack came out and Oblinger came back in. So we'll see what they drew up. They get it into Rule. Rule works it around. She brings up the near side, kind of turns on the Jets all the way through, all the way down. Now she's on the near block, picks up her dribble, and she's going to be fouled.
She'll head to the line for the second time, or fourth time tonight. Sorry.
So she'll get the opportunity to shoot twos. It looks like Gilbert picks up her second foul. First free throw shot on the way, and it's just off the mark.
Push that one to the right just a little bit with that high arcing attempt.
She banked one in a little earlier. Let's see if she can bank it again. Those are fun to watch. Here we go. Off the back of the rim, a little too hard. And it's Howard with the rebound. Taylor Howard brings it into the front court, dribbles through the defense, and hands it off to Gilbert. Gilbert says, okay, I'll run this. Brings it to the near side. Maintains her dribbles in the near corner with it to Howard. She eyes that three. And there's that first three of the night, Mark. And I tell you what, it's kind of cute because she does this little kick as she went up.
Funny you say eyes the three because she had the eye injury earlier and came back, and apparently everything is A-okay because she hits the first tray of the night for either side.
She does. Campbell works to get it into Blackmeyer. Blackmeyer gets the steal, throws it into Howard in the front court. Down, bounce pass inside, and it's taken away by Keela. She gets it in the hands of Rule. So Rule will bring across the timeline, 3:33 to go here in the third. With it now is Ramirez. Ramirez guarded by Gilbert. Works it around. She's going to take it back top the key over to the far side to Keela. Keela Campbell finds Rule. Rule from the block extend on the far side, back up top to Misha. Misha gives a fake. She stops running one-handed shots up. It's no good. Works to get her own rebound, and she's going to be fouled by Blackmeyer. Nope. They're calling jump ball. So possession arrow stays with the Lady Dogs.
How have I missed that all season, by the way?
What's that?
Tequila.
Tequila? Tequila,
I
gotcha. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. There's nobody's name that Tequila, gotcha.
Yeah, and that's the whole marketing.
I'm sure they were thinking about that when they named her that, too.
You think?
And it looks like.
But, I mean, they could get the pep band playing it, whatever.
Tequila. I'm pretty sure they cannot do that in a high school game as it's alcohol.
I've heard them play tequila in the pep bands before.
You know what? Josie Hoblinger is going to have to sit down. She picked up her fifth foul, so that brings Jaden Womack up off the bench. So now it'll be for the next 8 minutes or so, can Louisiana keep 5 players on the court?
Yeah.
So with it is Gilbert. Gilbert brings it across the timeline. Over in the far corner to Howard. Bounce pass inside to Blackmeyer. She works against Rule. Rule was straight up. Ball's loose. And coming away with it. Well, we're going to be tangled up as Keela and Howard, Taylor Howard, go wrestle for the loose basketball. So Chloe Kenyon now going to inbound the ball as the jump ball is in favor of the Lady Owls. They get it right into Howard. Here she goes up again. Her shot's just short this time. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go off the foot of Louisiana, so Silex will have it again.
2:45 to play in the third.
And again, if you're watching online, you'll notice that we only have one scoreboard this evening. So it's not that we're not showing you anything, it's that it's dark. So a few technical difficulties here a little earlier. 38-21 our score, 2:42 to go.
Ours is working just fine.
Our scoreboard's working just fine as Blackmeyer goes up. Her shot's off the mark, and it's Rule with the rebound. So Rule takes it into the front court. She's working against Howard. Picks up her dribble, gets it to Keela. Keela Campbell's up. It's no good. Chasing down the loose basketball is Womack, and she's going to chase it right out of bounds. So, yes, no. Our scoreboard is correct. Shows a 38-21 lead that Silex has. Their largest of the night here at 17. 2:27 to go here in the third as Faith Rule inbounds the ball at the end of Louisiana's bench. Gets it into Ramirez. Now to Campbell. Campbell eyes that three. It's off the front of the rim. No good. With the rebound is Kenyon. Kenyon takes her time to bring it up. Over in the far corner to Howard. Howard looks for another three. It's off the back of the rim. With the rebound is Blackmeyer, but she's going to be fouled by Womack. And have you noticed the little kick I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That takes talent, because if I did that little kick, I'd fall right down.
You walk in a straight line and you can fall down. I mean,
oh, that is true. Okay, they did call that on Keela Campbell, her second, not on Womack. And Blackmeyer takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good. You do bring up a fine point. The only person who may be worse than me would be your wife. And I think she even trips over imaginary lines. Rule, I'm waiting for my phone to go off. Takes it to the hole. Her shot's up. It's no good. Blackmeyer with the rebound. I think we said something in the office not too long ago about maybe wrapping both her and myself in some bubble wrap.
Yeah. It happens.
It does. Blackmeyer, we keep it interesting. That's what we're going with. Life would be boring without us. Blackmeyer shots up. It's no good. And Campbell with the rebound. Campbell takes it all the way down. Her shot's up. It's off the mark. And with the rebound is Blackmeyer, but she's going to be fouled.
Which way are they going to go with this one? I think this one is going to go on now. Jaden?
I think you're probably right on that, and that's her third.
Minute 33 to play in the third quarter.
40-21 is our score. Silex has led this basically from the second quarter on. Louisiana had a 4-point lead in the first quarter, but Silex came back in the second quarter. It's like they almost kind of came awake. And we're going to have a foul, and I believe it's going to go on Faith Rule.
Nope.
No?
Going to be on against Silex.
Oh, it is.
Illegal screen, I believe.
There you go. All righty then. Well, as Faith kind of turned decked her head, I'm like, oh, no. So Campbell with the basketball. Gets it to Ramirez on the near side. Back to Campbell between the circle. She's guarded by Kenyon. Misha can dribble. There you go. Puts the ball in the court. Brings the near side. She stops, pops for two. Her shot is short, but Rule's there. And Blackmeyer's going to pick up another foul.
Her third, 59.6 seconds to go in the quarter.
Only the third team foul this half for Silex, so they're not shooting. As Rule to inbound the basketball. Gets it into Keela. Keela goes up, tries to kiss it off the glass. It's no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It's swatted out by Taya Williams. So Louisiana will keep it under their own basket just on the near side.
I think there was a coaching moment earlier because this time, instead of trying to save that ball, Taya just swatted it out of bounds to keep from an easy two for the Bulldogs.
So Rule gets it into Misha. Misha shots up. It's no good. Kenyon with the rebound. Chloe Kenyon going to bring it into the front court. Brings it across the timeline. She's at the top of the key. Takes it on the Bulldogs. With it is Howard. Howard looks to Kenyon in the near corner. She eyes that three, and it's just short, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Chloe.
Nice job by Keela there, boxing out to let that ball go out of bounds.
Absolutely. So with the basketball is Campbell. That's Misha. She'll bring it across the timeline. She's looking, gets it near side to Ramirez. Ramirez, guarded by Gilbert, takes over in front of Louisiana's bench down to the near corner to Rule. Rule back up to Womack. Womack with the basketball. She looks and tries to feed it to Misha. Misha has to track it down after it was tipped by Howard. And now we're going to have a foul.
Going to be on Blackmeyer? Or is it on Rule? It's on Rule, and it's it. She's done.
And so Louisiana is going to have to finish with 4, I believe.
That looks like the case. They're going to have to play a full 8 minutes.
And 8 seconds.
Because I guess Strickfadden is not able to go. She's still on the bench.
And hold on, and Silex.
I think Silex is going to pull a player.
They are. I tell you what, that's absolutely good sportsmanship.
Yeah, that's great sportsmanship, and they'll get a big round of applause from both sides.
And Coach Becky Monachino definitely turns to applaud their efforts as well. So we've got, I think, Mark, this is my first time ever in covering high school basketball that I've seen a 4-on-4 game. As Blackmeyer shots up, and it's no good, and that is the end of the third. Silex has the lead of 40-21. We've got your final quarter of action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life. Community State Bank is committed to meeting or exceeding customer expectations and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, Mark, we're getting ready to start the final quarter of the girls' action. And again, Silex leads Louisiana 40-21. Louisiana had 2 of their 6 players foul out, so they're playing with 4. And in an extremely classy move, Silex pulled their 5th man off the court as well. So we're playing a 4-on-4 matchup. So Campbell, that's Misha with the basketball. Top of the key. She dribbles in, stops. She pops for 2 from the free throw line. It's up. It's no good. Blackmeyer tracking down the loose basketball.
A lot of room out there.
There is a lot of room. It's amazing how much room 2 people take up. Gradicke goes up. Her shot's up and good, and that's the first 2 points here in the second half for her as they extend their lead to 21. 42-21, 7.5 to go here in the basketball game. So Misha with it now, top of the key. She could just launch it right there. We've seen her hit it from there. There we go. Here we go. Long way. Oh, just a little too hard off the back of the rim. Chases down the loose ball and off of a rebound. Now she works it around. She's going to take it inside. Back out to Ramirez. Ramirez looks. She's working against Maddie Hall. Ramirez shots up. It's partially tipped. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch. They're going to say by Silex, so it will stay with Louisiana under their own basket.
So the Lady Owls have Louisiana doubled up here in the 4th quarter. Well on their way to a victory here to start the final week of the regular season.
And they get the ball into Campbell. Misha has it. Her shot's up. It's no good. Gradicke with the rebound. She kicks it out to Mudd. So on the court, we've got Blackmeyer, Mudd, Gradicke, and Hall for Silex. The 2 Campbells, Misha and Keela, along with Ramirez and Rule. And Gradicke puts up another 2.
Yeah, her height now with the more spacious floor is really going to open things up for her.
Her and Maddie Hall both. With it is Misha over on the far wing, back up top to Ramirez. Ramirez dribbles around, now to Misha again. Misha takes it all the way down the block. She goes up, her shot's partially, they're saying it went good. From my angle, it looked like it missed, but hey.
Yeah, I think they got a fingertip on it, but it had enough power to make it up and in.
So Gradicke with it now on the free throw line out to Mudd. Mudd works it around. She takes it all the way. She's going to kick it out to Blackmeyer. Blackmeyer behind the 3 decides not to take it. Instead dishes it off to Hall. Hall shots just a little too hard. Misha Campbell with the rebound. And Misha fell with her knee. And again, Gradicke stops, helps her up. And probably everybody from the Louisiana side probably took a breath because, again, she's been playing with that injured knee all year. And so some new subs coming in. We've got Kate Kinsey into the basketball game along with Taya Williams, Taylor Howard, and Blackmeyer for Silex. Ball's loose. Here comes away with it is Campbell on the missed shot by Silex. Campbell brings it across the timeline. That's Misha. We're down to 5:45 to go here in the basketball game. 3-point shot on the way. It's too hard with it. It's Kinsey. Kinsey with the rebound to Blackmeyer. Blackmeyer throws it up to Williams. Williams keeps it from going out of bounds. On the block, she turns around. Her shot's up. It's no good. She's fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line. And Jaden Womack's going to run over and say, never mind, I don't want these glasses while I'm playing.
Done.
I think they called a jump ball, not a foul.
I believe you're right on that one.
With it, they get it into Howard. Now to Blackmeyer. Blackmeyer working around top of the key on the wing. Back up top to Kinsey. Kinsey keeps it from going out of bounds now on the near side. Now to Blackmeyer between the circles. Blackmeyer Near side with it to Kinsey. Kinsey eyes a three. It's just a little too hard off the far side of the rim, and Williams saves it in bounds. And they're going to say, no, she stepped on the line, so it's going to Louisiana.
I'll take a second to congratulate Bowling Green senior Cameron Worley on his 1,000th point on Friday night.
He sure did. I know that he was probably looking forward to doing it at home tomorrow night, but you can never help when the baskets just fall for you.
Exactly. Timeout on the floor, 44-23. Silex leads Louisiana here in the fourth on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Outlaw Lawn and Landscaping, Young Enterprises Incorporated, and Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Out of the timeout again, Silex leads Louisiana 44-23, 5:11 to go in this matchup. Ramirez gets the ball into Campbell. That's Misha. Misha to the top of the key. She's working around. Dribbles with the left hand, kicks it out to Keela. Keela to Ramirez. Ramirez working against Kinsey, takes it on in. Her shot's up. It rolls a little short. With the rebound is Williams. She kicks out to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer uses that catcher strength and throws it up to Howard. Howard shots up, and it's good.
How did that stick on? That was an interesting hoop there for Howard.
That definitely was. Makes it a 46-23 basketball game. 4.5 to go in the ball game. Keela Campbell with it now on the near side, gets it to Ramirez. Ramirez skips it far side to Misha, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch, I believe, by Silex.
Good swat out there.
Nope, they're going to say it's last touch by Louisiana, so Plackmeyer will inbound the ball between Louisiana's bench and the scorer's table. So Plackmeyer gets it into Howard.
I think they've also kept the clock running here, even though it's not a 30-point game.
So with this, Kinsey to Plackmeyer, back out to Howard. Howard eyes another three, and it's off the mark, and it's Misha Campbell with the rebound. Misha pushes it into the front court. She's working around on the wing. She looks, stops, pops her three herself. Thought she was going to bank it in. Instead, with the rebound is Williams. She kicks out to Plackmeyer. Plackmeyer kind of walks it down, tries to kill a little clock here. She comes across, finds Williams. Williams back to Kinsey. Kinsey to Plackmeyer on the near block, skips it far side to Howard. Howard shots up, it's off the mark, and it's Misha with the rebound. A couple subs waiting to check in for the Lady Owls at the next dead ball with 3:20 to go here in the ball game. Silex leads 46-23. Ramirez with it now. Looks inside, nothing there. Dribbles with the left hand. She takes it down, goes up off, shots just short, and with it is Kinsey. Kinsey with the rebound. She pushes. Going to go in for the left-handed layup. Shots up, it's no good. Gets her own putback, it's no good. On the far side with it was Howard, it's no good. Now it's ball's loose, and coming away with it is Misha.
Yeah, I think unless somebody's going to get injured, they're not going to call anything the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Krista Baker and Casey Williams, the two Silex players, getting ready to check in.
And I think Chloe Kenyon's hiding behind them.
Yep, a timeout taken.
And it's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:42 to go here in the ball game. Silex leads Louisiana 46-23. You're listening to Area High School basketball on Eagle 102.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Insurance.
Mark, 2:42 to go here in the basketball game. The Lady Owls are going to walk away, I believe, with this one. It's a 23-point lead. We're playing a 4-on-4 here as Louisiana's had two players foul out. And
yeah, in the third quarter they had a foul out.
In the third, and the last one was with 8 seconds left to go.
Yeah.
So Kenyon, Kinsey, Krista Baker, and who did you say my other one was?
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams into the basketball game for Silex now. And Ramirez inbounds to Misha Campbell. Also on the court is Jaden Womack and Keela Campbell. So Misha with the basketball gets it to Keela on the near side. Now every time I say tequila, I'm going to be thinking tequila.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mark.
Like I said, it took me till the last week of the regular season to realize what was going on there.
So Kenyon with the basketball brings it across the timeline. 2:25 to go here in the ball game. Near side with it to Kinsey. Kinsey takes it down, and it's going to be
Keela getting a blocking foul.
And that'll be her third. And it'll send Kate to the free throw line.
And you could say she ran in tequila.
All of a sudden, I hear Misha calling. It's a 1-and-1. It's a 1-and-1 that's no good. No, it is. But again, for the next week or so, I'm going to be thinking about that every time I say poor Keela's name. With it is Ramirez dribbling with the left hand.
Well, guess what? It's her senior year.
It is her senior year. That's right. She gets to be special, especially tonight on senior night.
Exactly.
Misha shot up. It misses the mark, goes out of bounds. And last touch by Silex. So with just under 2 minutes to go, I have heard them call for the senior parents a couple different times. So we'll be honoring the senior cheerleaders and basketball players. And I don't know if band members or not. I didn't ask. Ramirez with the basketball. Takes up, shots up, and good. So makes it 46-25.
Ramirez has 4 points in this ball game.
Kenyon's up. Her shot's a little short. And with it is Campbell. And Misha Campbell takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good.
Went around about 3 times.
Now I'm trying to figure out exactly what we're doing here. Oh, Jaden Womack had to come out of the basketball game.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't figure out why Kate Kinsey is standing over there with Coach O'Haron, still on the court, but technically not playing. So it's just 3-on-3 at this point. So ball's loose.
So, and Jaden is talking to the trainers over there.
So she came out, and as soon as there was a dead ball, Kate had a seat. So we're going to finish the final
3-on-3.
Minute 14 with 3-on-3. It's like a Gus Macker tournament. Shot on the way. Up, it tried to touch in there with Casey Williams, but it just bounced all over the place. And now Misha has the basketball.
NHL overtime, however you want to describe it.
There you go. Didn't think about it like that. So with it is Campbell. That's Misha. Takes it all the way in. Her shot's up. It's no good with the rebound. Was.
Nice. First put the thumbs up like it was going to be a jump ball and then called a travel instead.
And that was on Baker. Ramirez with it now. And Mark, there's really a lot of space on the court now.
Yes, there is.
Ramirez shots up. It's no good. With the rebound is Williams. We're down to 40 seconds. Gets it to Kenyon. Kenyon. Gonna dribble around, try and kill some clock here. And brings it near side to Baker. Baker shots up. It bounces a couple different times, and now Misha has it.
Crash the boards. Finally foul that shot.
Misha, you mean like that?
Sure.
And they're going to call it on Casey Williams.
20.6 left on the clock here in the final quarter of this ball game. We have men's varsity action coming up between Louisiana and Silex.
So with it is Misha. She's looking for the inbounds. Gets it into Keela. Keela tries to get it back and goes out of bounds. So back to Silex we go.
And they should just run out the rest of this clock. 17.2 remaining.
So we'll see if Chloe kind of jogs it up.
No, quickly across the line.
Well, we'll see how much passing she does. She kind of backs it up behind that line there and waits as we're down to the final seconds. And I believe this will probably be it as we're down to 4, 3, 2. And that is how this ends. Silex gets the win of 46-27. We have your Abel's postgame show up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 post-game show on KJFM. Sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Well, our first of two games in the book tonight as Silex gets a win over Louisiana 46-27. At the end of the first quarter, Louisiana had the lead 11-10. And then at half, Silex went in up by 10, 27-17. The third quarter is kind of when things kind of started falling off. The wheels started falling off for Louisiana as they had players foul out. In fact,
at first it was Josie Allinger with 3:04 to go in the third quarter, and then Faith Rule with 8.6 left in the quarter.
So and then Silex led 40-21, and then we actually ended the game, Mark, with 3-on-3.
That is definitely a first for me. 3-on-3 basketball in a regulation game, and credit Coach Sabrina O'Haron
absolutely
for pulling players every time the Bulldogs would lose one. They pulled one off as well, and we had 3-on-3 basketball. It really wasn't going to change the score. I'm sure if Misha Campbell went out there and went off for about 10 over a minute and a half,
no kidding.
then Sabrina might have put a player back on the floor, but that wasn't the case. Everyone was being careful there as the game went to 4-on-4, then 3-on-3, and the result was never in doubt in the second half of this ball game.
All right, let's take a break here on the Ibbles postgame shows. They are doing the senior night recognition. We'll come back with a scoring here in just a few moments as you're listening to Area High School basketball on Eagle 102.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit cards, now with even more ways to save with two great reward programs. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
The staff at Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice are your neighbors. Here are just a few of the programs they have to offer. Baby Basics, breastfeeding peer counseling, natural nursers, car seat safety, farm safety for kids, maternal and child health, safe sitter courses, and WIC, plus much more. Pike County Health Department is a not-for-profit organization as it is funded by tax dollars. So when you use their services, you're putting your tax dollars to work. To keep up to date, be sure to like them on Facebook. Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, located in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Insurance Agency can assist in all the insurance coverage you may need. With the proper insurance coverage, you can stop sweating the small stuff and enjoy life. Bowling Green Insurance Agency is one of the leading insurance agencies in the Pike County area. Give them a chance and they'll prove it. Call Fred Carlson and get a quote. Bowling Green Insurance Agency.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pam Todd Watts Realty, Quiver River Electric Cooperative, and All Parts.
Well, Mark, as they continue the senior night recognition going on, if you just joined us, the Silex Lady Owls defeated Louisiana 46-27. And do you have some scoring for us?
I do. First for Louisiana, they got 2 points side from Keela Campbell. 4 points from Estefania Ramirez, who's being introduced right now.
Yes.
6 points for Faith Rule, 15 points for Misha Campbell to lead the way for Louisiana. A nice round for Faith Rule as she is introduced here on senior night. Louisiana just 3 of 11 from the free throw line in this ball game tonight. For Silex, they got a point from Chloe Kenyon, 2 from Tori Mudd, 2 from Taylor Williams, 2 from Gwen Gilbert, 5.9 for Taylor Howard, 6 for Maddie Hall, 8 points in this ballgame for Sarah Gradicke, and a 20-point night for Lexi Plackmeyer to lead the way. Silex, 9 of 16 shooting free throws, but 0 for 1 in the second half.
Oh, well, there you go.
Only 3 free throws were shot in the second half of this ballgame. And they were all missed.
They were. Now, I was just going back and looking, and you're right. And they sure were. So free throws were not either team's friend here in the second half.
No. Final in this one, 46-27, as Silex records the road victory here in conference.
And, Mark, we talked about it a little bit, why the conference champions have not been crowned yet. I think Montgomery County has to get past Ellsbury, both boys and girls. If both can beat Ellsbury, both Montgomery boys and girls will win it outright. And I believe that Adam Falloon told us that it'll be the first time the girls have won conference since, 1992?
Since you and I were freshmen.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago because we're old.
We are. And I laughed today and said, yeah, Phil, you're getting old when you wake up in the morning, you slept wrong, and all of a sudden your hip hurts and your back hurts and everything else. So no.
I don't even have to sleep wrong. It just hurts.
And I feel like he said this may be one of the first times in a very long time both the boys and girls won at the same time.
Yeah, you have to really dig into the record books to find that. So a very good season for Montgomery. But that's not going to be an easy test for the Lady Wildcats against Ellsbury. And then they still have to beat Van Far also later in the week in a rescheduled game.
I remember. I forgot about the rescheduled game.
The boys, if they beat Ellsbury, which they are heavily favored in that one, will win the outright.
And I believe they said if for some reason Montgomery should lose to Van Far or Ellsbury, there'd be a 3-way tie for the championship of the girls. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we'll pass, of course, all that information along as soon as the regular season's over with, which will end Friday night, and then we'll right into district play on Saturday.
Well, the seniors have all been introduced for the cheerleaders, the girls, and the men's varsity teams. Congratulations on a great career to all of them. There's 12 minutes on the clock. Again, our final in the girls game, 46-27, Silex over Louisiana. We've got the men coming up here from Jake on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
If you happen to find yourself looking for somewhere new to get your vehicle serviced, Pogue Ford in Bowling Green is here to remind you they can handle all brands of vehicles. However, if you have GM or Chrysler warranty, they will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up. Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
to blow this open. They're just, one shot away from blowing this open. Or they're one game away from just turning that tide. And it seems like every time they're right there, both of them just come up a little bit short. And I think that we're going to see something completely different from both teams next year, but you still have to finish out this year.
Oh, yeah, especially for Silex. There is such a senior presence on that team, so they're definitely going to have a whole different look next year. But for Louisiana, this is a team, with the exception of a few of the main components, is going to be back next
Absolutely.
season. And you're going to lose Remy Felderworth and
Tyler Pedersen and Kellen Dewey.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys are young, and they're going to come back, and they're going to grow together.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we said with Silex girls.
Yes, absolutely. And I tell you what, I think, if they will continue to buy into what Matt Smith is selling, the Louisiana boys, they're going to get there. It's just one of those ones where, we've had the opportunity to talk with Coach Tony Francis from Clopton, and his thing is he's like getting the kids to believe they can win and they should win is the hardest part, is that they deserve it. And I think once these kids really on both sides of the court tonight understand that they're capable of, capable of greatness, I think you're going to see two completely different teams, and they're going to be excited. But again, we know how it's been. We've watched area sports for over 20 plus years, doing different things and being part of it. When kids are down on themselves and people are down on that program, it is so hard for those kids to realize that they can do these great things. And all it really takes is a strong cheering section, to turn games around. How many times have we seen a team down by however many, the crowd gets into it, and the next thing you know, they've come back and won.
Exactly. Speaking of buying or selling, what do you think of Coach Smith's shirt tonight?
I think he needs to go back to whoever sold him that shirt and ask for his money back.
This was a question that was asked of me at the scorers table at the beginning of the night. It is a bold print, that's for sure.
It's
for
something.
Coach Matt Smith. I'm gonna say I wouldn't be able to pull it off.
I know.
Me.
I definitely wouldn't be able to pull it off myself.
And you look at the assistant as well, Mr. Pitzer, and he doesn't have the print, but he's going sans tie button top button as well.
I feel like that they've taken a dressing class together. I wonder which one of the female teachers here at Louisiana has kind of helped them out.
I don't know. I think they're
whoever she is, she needs to stop teasing.
I think they're pretty progressive guys.
They are. No, they both look nice.
But definitely a look that I couldn't share with them tonight. So if they would have called me and said, "Hey, get in on this," I would have said,
"No,
absolutely not." All right, 8.5 minutes to go before we tip this one off. One of the scoreboards is working again. They had them both off there for a while trying to fix that up. We'll come back with our keys to the game after this on Eagle 102.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
People's Bank and Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your accounts, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The Eagle 102 keys to the game.
Keys for this one, Marianne, I think Silex, they're a very smart, very veteran team. They've got to control the pace of this one. if they're going to stick with Louisiana. Louisiana without their starting point guard tonight. And I think if Silex controls the pace, that's going to frustrate the young guards for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
And force some turnovers. And that's how Silex can put some points on the board in transition.
Well, I tell you what, one of the other big keys for Louisiana tonight, I think, is going to be that rebounding. You know, you've probably got the height for the most part, and you know you really need to get in there and take away those second chance opportunities for Silex. They shoot a lot of outside shots, except for like Tommy Grody, who can flash in and lay it up quicker than you can imagine. But at the same time, if they should miss, do not let them have those second chance rebounds because they're going to make it.
As much as Louisiana is taller, and they are at almost every position, Silex has some really strong kids down low that can push some people around.
And that's what we're saying. So one of the keys is Louisiana's going to have to get in there, and they're going to have to rebound, and they're going to have to do it without fouling.
Definitely.
So it's Keys to the Game brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate here in Louisiana. We've got your starting lineups and opening tip next here on Eagle 102.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life. Community State Bank is committed to meeting or exceeding customer expectations and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
We'll start with the guests on the scoreboard tonight. The Silex Owls in their road black jerseys with white numbers and green trim. They are starting a 6-foot senior wearing number 0, Justin Havlick. A 5'9 senior wearing number 3, Tommy Grody. A 5'9 sophomore wearing number 10, Daniel Havlick. A 6-foot senior wearing number 22, Trey Mudd. And a 6-foot senior wearing number 23, Brian Hinkey. For the Louisiana Bulldogs, they're, of course, in their home white jerseys with cardinal red numbers and black trim. They are starting a 5'9 sophomore wearing number 1, Tremaine Chapman. A 6'2 sophomore wearing number 2, Mason Washington. A 5'8 freshman wearing number 5, Donovan Richards. A 5'5 freshman wearing number 11, Wyatt Harrison. And a 6'2 senior wearing number 15, Remy Feldworth.
So there's your starters for this ball game. Still about 3.5 minutes to go before the tip-off of this one. We'll take one more break, come back with basketball. The second half of our doubleheader as Silex visits Louisiana on Eagle 102.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Schaefer. With sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physical Therapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community. Pike County Memorial Hospital Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pike County Mutual Insurance, Pogue Ford, and Bank of Louisiana.
Back at Louisiana, we're inside the Jake here tonight as the Bulldogs host Silex. The JV boys game went to Louisiana 25-12 in 2 quarters. The girls game, that was a Silex victory, 46-27. So I guess this is the tiebreaker of the night.
Yeah, no kidding. And I tell you what, it's going to be a good one. I think I hope you have your pipes ready because I have a feeling it could be up and down.
Well, hopefully we're ready because we've got a lot more basketball coming up as the week goes on. Tomorrow night we'll be at Bowling Green.
Well, that's Jim Ross and myself, correct?
Exactly. As the Bobcats and Lady Cats host Clopton. That should be fun. And then round out the final week of the regular season from Van Far on Thursday as the Indians and Lady Indians host Clopton in another EMO battle to finish out the season. Then Saturday morning, we'll have district basketball as Bowling Green Lady Cats in opening round action from Winfield at 11 a.m., a 10:45 pregame leading up to the district tournament.
And really, then next week starts as a crazy district weeks marks. And, of course, as a lot of people should know by this point, at that point in time, it's win or go home. Once district starts, it's win or go home. So everybody, trying to get to that final spot. We've got some really good matchups in our area. We have probably really 6 of the 8 teams at Clopton are in our coverage area. And then, we have Bowling Green and kind of Montgomery over at Winfield that we've kind of kept an eye on. So, it's going to be tough matchups, and best of luck to all of our area high school basketball players and coaches. Hope to see the fans filling the stands, because it's going to be that's the best time of the year is the districts, because, again, win or go home.
And, Winfield's gym's going to be full. All those teams travel very well.
Yeah.
And with so many of our local teams at Clopton, that gym is going to be jam-packed from night number 1 on.
Well, and that should tell you, too, that if you're planning on going to the games, you probably ought to go early. It's never going to hurt to watch an extra game. Go early, because some of the seats may be filled. Of course, we'll continue to release our broadcast schedules for you, not only right here on 102.1, but also online and on our Facebook page, so watch for that. If you'd like your own copy of the brackets, go to KJFM, eagle102.net. Click on the tower with the Mission logo on the left-hand side, and it will take you to the sports page where we have it lined out for you, the Class 2, District 5 at Clopton, and the Class 3, District 8 at Winfield.
And it's going to work out nicely on Monday, because the Bowling Green boys play at 3:30.
Yes.
So with that early start, then it should that game should be finishing up as the Clopton games are really getting going.
Yes.
So it should work out really nicely, at least on the first full night of tournament coverage.
I tell you what, it always throws me off, Mark. I don't care how many times I'm here. It still throws me off when they turn off the lights. They don't know that I'm scared of the dark.
Well, they need to step up their game a little bit. Maybe add some flames shooting out of the backboards or something.
Yeah.
Or some other sort of pyrotechnics or something. I can help with that.
We'll talk to Ryan Griffin about that.
I mean, this is a steel structure, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not
it's
much
all good.
the floor, I guess, but it's got a protective coating on it.
It's all good.
All right, Remy Feldworth in the center circle to jump against Justin Havlick. Teams are set. And the ball comes in from the near side. And our opening tip is won by Silex. Havlick got up high to get that. And here's Tommy Grody for the Owls. He gives it to Trey Mudd. Trey out high over to the far side for Justin Havlick. Havlick bounces one down to the baseline to Grody. Grody dribbles out. Gives it back now for Trey Mudd. Near side. Now for Havlick. That's Daniel. Over to the far side for Trey Mudd. Back up top now for Justin Havlick. He'll put up the 3. It's well short and out of bounds. Back to Louisiana with 7:28 to play in the first quarter.
And I tell you what, they had great ball movement out there. Unfortunately, it just came up short with that long three-point shot, but I'd like to see him taking that long shot right off the bat.
Interesting that Brian Hankey didn't get a touch in on that possession. Everyone else. And now a steal by Hankey. So he makes his own touch, goes off the glass with a touch, and scores.
So if you're not going to let me touch the ball as you're all passing the ball around, I'll just make my own. They're not going to let me play in the reindeer games.
Over to the far side. Donovan gets it across the line now to Remy Feldworth. Feldworth at the corner with it, gets it back. Back to Donovan Richards. He'll take over the point. Vacated by the illness tonight of Angel Ulola. To the near side for Wyatt Harrison, and a kick. We'll keep it with the Bulldogs with 6:48 to play in the first.
And Mark, Wyatt Harrison had been coming off the bench for Louisiana. He's quite the little spark plug for being a freshman. He's come out and put up some really good minutes and make some amazing shots and kind of brought the Bulldogs back in a couple games.
Washington to the near side. Here's a 3 from Richards. Tip to the far side and out. The far side, it's going to be Silex ball. Last touch by Tremaine Chapman.
Looks like they'll have full court defense in place. The Dogs will as Silex tries to inbound the basketball.
Bounce pass for Tommy Grody. He takes it from underneath the defensive basket all the way up the floor now to Mudd. To the near side for Hankey. Up top for Tommy Grody again. Tommy to Trey Mudd. Trey wears number 22. That's my favorite number. He gives it back to Tommy Grody and gets it again. On the give and go, he's blocked out of bounds by Remy Felderworth. It's going to stay with Silex, but that's a statement piece defensively for the Bulldogs.
And Remy went high and made sure he had no contact there because no need to picking up that first foul here early in the first quarter.
Kind of been his Achilles heel this year is the personal. And taking a charge. He's had trouble with that this year. To the near side for Tommy Grody. Grody bothered by Richards. Floats one, kind of forced that one over his own head. And it goes off to the right.
And I don't know if you could hear the dog pound chanting here as we have a travel call on Washington.
Yeah, Mason Washington leaned a little bit too much. Took off before he started his dribble. Turnover gives it back to the Owls. Here's Hamblick with it. That's Daniel. Going to take it up the floor himself. Kicks it to Justin Hamblick. Hamblick to the hoop. Over the block, but shot's no good. He tips the rebound, but right to Harrison for the Bulldogs. Wyatt brings it up the floor. A couple of pauses there trying to draw some contact. Didn't get it, but Louisiana keeps possession. Here's Washington back to Donovan Richards. Richards on the Bulldog at center court. Over to the far side for Tremaine Chapman. Chapman holds it high, gives it back to Harrison at the far point. Harrison crosses over, gives it to Richards. Richards back to the free throw line for Washington. Washington forces up that shot. It won't go. Rebound fought for, and Hankey picks it up for the Owls.
I'll tell you what, that shot just kind of hung around on the back of the rim there for a little while before it finally fell off on the near side, and Silex got the rebound.
It outlasted Washington's jump and allowed an easy rebound. Now here's Hankey for three. It misses everything out of bounds back to the Bulldogs with 4:55 to go in the first half, and a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And they trail 2-0 to Silex here in the early going on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Rawls County Mutual Insurance, Orff Construction, and B&B Automotive.
Louisiana with the ball after the timeout. Richards gives it to Washington in the backcourt. Ahead to Chapman. Chapman gets it back to Mace over to the far side now for Donovan Richards. Donovan over to the far side again now. Here's a three off the mark. Chapman, the rebound is put back. Lost the handle on it, and Hankey picks up the loose ball for the Owls.
That's a third turnover here in the first quarter for Louisiana.
And what do we have, a foul?
We do, and it's going to be on Chapman. It'll be his first, team's first.
Nearing the midway point of this first quarter, only 2 points on the board, and they belong to Brian Hankey. Back up top for Trey Mowat, over to the far side for Hamblick. Hamblick gets it back to Tommy Grody. Grody between the circles. Angles to the near side with the bounce pass for Brian Hankey. Hankey surveys the scene, now dribbles center of the free throw line, gives it back to Trey Mudd, tries to go between the legs with the dribble, lost control, got it back, and his pass goes to Tommy Grody. He floats one off the glass and in.
So give Grody his first 2 points of the night, and Silex has a 4-point lead.
Here's Remy Felderworth. He finds some open room and scores.
Nothing like answering it back and bringing it back within two with 3:52 to go here in the first, and now we've got a turnover on Silex, their first of the night, as they say Tommy Grody carried the basketball.
Side violation gives it back to the Dogs with the chance to tie or take the lead with the three. 3:51 to go in the first quarter. I doubt we'll see 3-on-3 action in this ballgame.
No, probably not.
Both of these teams have pretty full benches. Here's Harrison with it. Stops inside three, pops that shot up, no good. And Hankey the rebound for Silex.
And I really think, as we talked about in the pregame show here, Mark, I think Silex is out-rebounding Louisiana for the most part.
Felderworth with a steal. Remy gives it back. Here's Washington through the lane and scores.
And we're tied up.
His first two tonight. Here's Hamblick, touch pass to Trey Mudd. Mudd, one-on-one. Almost a trammel on Mudd. Over to the far side now for Tommy Grody. Grody got in deep and can't get that to roll in. He rolls off the rim and back the other way come the Bulldogs. Here's Mason Washington to Remy Felderworth. Remington dribbles to the far side. Now comes toward the basket, almost traveled. Gives it back. And to the corner, here's Chapman for three. It misses everything, and the rebound falls into the arms of Tommy Grody. Grody bounces around outside of three, gives it to Trey Mudd over to the far side for Justin Havlick. Havlick back up top to Brian Hankey. Hankey to the near side for Havlick. That was Daniel to Justin. He goes off the glass and in.
Back to a 2-point lead now for Silex. 6-4, 2.5 to go here in the first quarter.
Here's Washington. Mason to the near side. Here's Harrison for three, near corner. Rims out. And the rebound pulled down by Trey Mudd. Tommy Grody brings it up the floor.
Look at Tommy Grody. Doesn't he kind of sort of remind you of Kreger when he played?
You know, he's kind of got that look to him, especially
in the build.
When his cheeks start getting a little rosy.
Yep.
Not as much smirk on his face.
I think he's kind of passing that along to his Montgomery County basketball players right now, too.
Yeah. He doesn't have to pass it along. He does it still.
And some substitutions coming in as Tyler Pedersen and Ryan Capps come in for Felderworth and Chapman. I think I saw someone coming in for Silex who coming in. Blake Thurlman enters the ball game for Daniel Havlick.
Richards in the backcourt. Through Pedersen to the far side. Tyler gets it back to Donovan again. Pedersen drops it to Washington. His pass through the hands of Capps and out of bounds on the far side. Which way is it going?
It's going to stay with Louisiana. And I tell you what, that was heads-up play by the freshman Harrison. We talked about that a little bit. He was flying out of bounds. What he did, he grabbed the basketball and threw it off Silex.
1:35 to play in the first quarter. It's a 2-point game. Again, Louisiana can tie or take the lead with a three. Richards gets it into Washington. Mason kicks it back to Pedersen. Pedersen to the near side for Harrison. Harrison doesn't have many options, so he dribbles once, now goes to the far side. Back up top for Pedersen to Harrison again. Pedersen to Washington. Back to Harrison for three. Looks good. It is good.
And we talked about him in the pregame. He definitely has been some added spark that the Bulldogs have needed in the way that they pass the basketball around. Able just to knock down that three and give them the lead, their first lead of the night.
Hankey a miss. Rebound by Havlick, and now a steal by Richards. He's off to the races. One-on-one. Spins around Mudd. High off the glass. No good. The rebound picked up by Grody. 2-on-2. Here comes Hankey to the basket. Cut it too fine, and Washington the rebound. Going end-to-end. Not much result, though. Washington gets it to Capps. Off the glass. Yes, and a foul.
Count the points, or count the bucket and the foul. And then we're headed to the free throw line for the first time here tonight.
Trey Mudd, I think, picks up the personal. Or is it Thurlman?
I believe they called it on Thurlman. Nope. You're right the first time. Trey Mudd.
Thurman must have already, or Chapman had one.
Chapman,
that was the one, yeah.
So, extra shot on the way.
And that one is good.
And I'm not sure why we're not putting up Louisiana points on the scoreboard. Oh, we are. It's just I have I have the bar right in the way, so all I see is 0. I'm like, wait a minute.
Just look at mine. It's good.
I don't know. I'm leaning over. Kind of look like a creeper.
And a foul going to be whistled against Donovan Richards as Tommy Grody tried to go up the near sideline. Or no, are they going to call it no?
Yeah, it's against Richards. Shirley. It is, and don't call me Shirley, right?
Exactly. Into the backcourt with the pass. Here's Tommy Grody. Bulked up since last season, too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
33 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's Louisiana leading by 4. Ball goes to the floor, and this time it's off the hand of Richards, I believe. And we'll stay with Silex again. A good heads-up play. Justin Havlick, his only option was to throw it off of Richards, and he made contact as it went out of bounds. Here's Trey Mudd. Back up top, Tommy Grody. Backs up outside of 3, now all the way to the center circle. Down to 18 seconds. Tommy As Richards come out to defend, so he'll have to make a move. Gives up his dribble instead, now gives up the ball to Brian Hankey. Hankey gets it to Trey Mudd, who scores. Makes it a 2-point game. Here's a long buzzer beater attempt that falls about 2 foot short, and we played 1 quarter here at the Jake. It's Louisiana 10, Silex 8, 2-point ball game as we head to the second on Eagle 102.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Vernon and Judy Brown are the owners and operators of Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Highway 61 in Silex. Brown's Smokehouse Meats also invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street. For all your smokehouse meats, deer processing, and homemade sausage, be sure to visit Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Silex and Troy.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
First quarter in the books. We have a 2-point game after the first 8 minutes, and Louisiana ahead in this one. Brian Hankey inbounds to start the second quarter for Silex. Mark Froelich, Marianne Everhart. Tomorrow night will be at Bowling Green. Marianne and Jim for the Bobcats, Lady Cats taking on Compton.
And, of course, it is also a rematch of the girls' championship game from the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament.
That one rims out for Trey Mudd. Washington the rebound, ahead to Chapman. Chapman back in to start the second quarter. To Richards. Running the point tonight for the Bulldogs to the near side for Chapman. Chapman works against Hankey. Now Caps takes out 2 Silex players and almost grabbed the rebound. Tommy Grody ahead for Havlick. Havlick kind of out of control, but gets that one to fall.
Doesn't matter as long as it falls. Yeah, it's a tie game, 10 apiece. 7:14 to go here in the first half.
4 points for Justin Havlick. Older, a little bit longer hair. That's how you tell them apart. And there's a little floater by Washington up and in. Puts Louisiana back ahead. Got a little more flow.
Is that what it is?
Here's Hankey. Gets it back out. Here's Trey Mudd for 3. It's short. Rebound goes all the way to the Bulldog bench, and they say Louisiana got a tip on it.
Felderworth returning to the basketball game for Pedersen. No, he's coming in for Caps.
There you go.
Well, I thought it would make more sense for that, but hey, you never know. You can't question the coaches sometimes.
Here's Tommy Grody. Gets it to Brian Hankey. Hankey kicks it back to Havlick. Havlick to Grody. Now for Trey Mudd. Back to Tommy Grody. And that ball is stripped from him and taken away by the Bulldogs. Up to Remy Felderworth. Too much off the glass. Put back. Chapman's no good, but he's fouled and will shoot a pair.
Tremaine Chapman going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Actually, second trip to the free throw line for Louisiana this evening.
Caps hit the only free throw opportunity so far. The foul was the second on Trey Mudd. And the shot is good.
He'll get the second. Back to a 3-point lead for Louisiana.
So far, 2 trips to the line for Louisiana, none for Silex. And that could be another key to the game because Silex is a pretty good free throw shooting team.
We'll talk about that here in just a few moments.
Ball off the miss, taken away from Hankey and tied up, and it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Great defensive play by Louisiana there. Kind of caught Hankey napping. He thinks he got slapped a little bit, but they're going to say no. The call has been made, and the Bulldogs keep possession. All the way out to the near side now for Felderworth. Washington with it on the far point. To Harrison. Harrison ball fake, gets it back to Mason. And Washington takes it to the near side for Tremaine Chapman. Chapman bounce pass to Felderworth. Kicks it back out. Here's a three from Mason Washington. Off the mark, but taken back by Remy Felderworth on the long rebound. Here's Wyatt Harrison. Harrison wears number 11 to the far side. Now gets it back for Chapman. Harrison to Washington. Back to Wyatt. Three from the top of the key. Misses everything. Picked up by Pedersen. Pedersen's put back is no good. Rebound again taken by Louisiana and tied up. And this time it's going to go to Silex. Good job by Hamlick. He pinned that on the inside of Tremaine Chapman's leg.
Yeah, he did.
There was no way that Tremaine or any other Bulldog could get any piece of possession on that one. Here's Tommy Grody in the backcourt for Silex. Ahead to a steaming Hankey. He goes to the hoop. Too hard off the glass. Put back no by Thurman. Thurman kicks it out. Free throw line for Hamlick. Hamlick to Grody for three, and that one's good.
Nothing but net for Tommy Grody.
We're tied at 13. 5 points for Tommy. And here's Felderworth across the line to Washington. Back to Remy. Over to the far side now for Harrison. Now for Chapman. Chapman off the fingertips of Felderworth and taken away. Tommy Grody across the line. Kicks it to Hamlick. Hamlick through two players. Is fouled on his way out.
And he is going to be the first Silex player to head to the free throw line this evening with 4:58 to go here in the half. Remember, we have your Cellular Satellite Center halftime report coming up at the end of this quarter.
Tied at 13, 4:58 to play. The foul was on Wyatt Harrison, his first, and the free throw is good. Silex back ahead for the first time in a while.
So I'm going to throw this out here. If an individual person should have won the free throw award at the Bowling Green tournament, it would have been Tommy Grody. A game I did, he was 16 for 19.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yes.
In that ball game, and key to why Silex had a pretty good tournament.
They did.
Missed the second, did Hamlick, so he's 1 for 2 from the line. 5 points tonight. Pedersen with it. Tyler back up top for Harrison. Over to the far side for Chapman. Chapman back to Wyatt. To the near side for Pedersen. Pedersen back up. Gets it again. Was open momentarily for the three. Gave it to Washington instead. Now got it back all the way around to the far side for Chapman. Ball fake. Baseline. His shot. No good. Rebound tipped up and taken by Mason Washington.
Drain it. Harrison's already got 1-3. Kind of held up there. Maybe his positioning just wasn't right.
Here's a three from the corner from the far side. Chapman no good. The rebound knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Louisiana. Midway through this second quarter, 4:01 to be exact, in the frame.
Silex on top by 1. Both teams led by as many as 4.
Harrison inbound for Louisiana. Fakes one. Now gets to Washington near corner. Back to Harrison. He dribbles out.
Again, Harrison just a freshman, I believe, directing traffic out there for the Dogs.
Over to the far side now for Chapman. Chapman back up top for Wyatt. He looks over to Coach Smith. Up pats the top of his head. Bet he can't do that and rub his belly at the same time.
Not with holding the basketball, I bet.
Nope. And Chapman has it knocked out. Last touch by Louisiana. And a big clap there from Tommy Grody for his good defensive work and the call that favored Silex. Owls take it in the backcourt. Hamlick gives it to Grody. He works against Harrison. Now Pedersen out to defend, so he crosses the line. Kicks it back now for Daniel Hamlick. To Justin Hamlick, who scores.
Give him 7 on the night.
Good spin move from Justin to create the space for that bucket. Here's Remy Felderworth back the other way for Louisiana to Harrison between the circles. Angles to his right, passes to his left for Mason Washington. Washington stops, free throw line extended, and has that one rim out. And on the rebound, a foul. Going to be whistled against Remy Felderworth as he put a Silex player to the ground.
And Ryan Capps immediately jumps up, and Remy already knows he's headed out.
2:57 to play. That's just his first foul.
Yeah, and Richards comes back in as Chapman's going to have a seat.
16-13, Silex lead here in the second quarter. Under 3 to play. Hamlick across the line. That's Daniel. Hands it off for Tommy Grody. Grody kicked it into Louisiana player Capps. And we're going back the other way. Capps felt contact from the ball and went down like he'd been charged. Here's Pedersen. He loses a little control but tips it back to Richards. Now to the corner for Harrison. His three just off the mark, and the rebound tipped around and taken by Tommy Grody. Grody, 1-on-2, scoop, and a score. He'll head to the line for a three-point play. Foul going to be whistled on Donovan Richards. I believe he's the one that ended up on his back. If so, it's a second. Already 7 points for Tommy, a chance to make it 8 from the free throw line. And that's 19-13, the Silex lead, up to 6.
That's their largest lead of the night for sure.
2:20 to play in the half. Here's Richards to Harrison. Back to Donovan. Now for Wyatt again. To Richards. He'll try the three. Top of the key, and that one's just a little bit long, and the rebound pulled down by Havlick for Silex. Everything going the Owls' way here in the second quarter. 6 minutes are gone. 2 minutes to the half, and here's Hankey. Havlick to Havlick. Now to Grody. Kicks it down to Hankey into the corner for Havlick. His three is short. Rebound. Thurman tips it. Now it's taken by Havlick. Back up top to Daniel Havlick. Got Daniel and Justin out there right now. To Tommy Grody. It's it back to Justin Havlick. Havlick kicks it back to Brian Hankey with 1:23 remaining. Here in the second quarter from Louisiana. Bulldogs won the JV game. Silex won the girls game. Here's Havlick.
It's the rubber match, Mark.
It is. Winner take all, right? Here from the corner. That three is just off the mark. Havlick the rebound. Justin the putback. It cut a little too fine off the glass, and the rebound pulled down by Mason Washington. Richards back to Mason on the near side. Donovan dribbles across the Bulldog.
Tell you what, you can't look away that long when Tommy Grody's there. That happens.
There it is. Grody with the steal. Waits for Donovan to get airborne, but he blocks it. Gets another chance and somehow gets that to roll over and into the basket. Tommy Grody with two more. We're up to a 21-13 Silex lead. One of their biggest leads this season. Richards over to the far side for Pedersen. Tyler gets it to Mason Washington, drops it down for Capps. Capps, yes, and a foul. The basket is good. Chance for another three-point play. He nailed one earlier.
14.5 seconds to go, and we'll have your Cellular Satellite Center halftime report coming up.
This game's got some good flow, and he finishes off that three-point play. And Tremaine Chapman returns. He replaces Richards. Grody gets it to Hankey in the backcourt. Back to Tommy, now near side for Justin Havlick. Back up top. Tommy Grody for three. It's short. Rebound taken by Mason Washington. He's going to have to hurry. Taken away by Hankey at the buzzer. Off the glass a little too hard. And we played two here from the Jake at Louisiana. 21-16 is the Silex lead over the Bulldogs. We'll be back with the Cellular Satellite Center halftime report after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
With winter weather upon us, remember one multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit cards, now with even more ways to save with two great reward programs. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Pretty entertaining first half of basketball as Silex leads Louisiana 21-16. Pretty good pace back and forth. Not a whole lot of whistles through the first two quarters. Something we didn't see in the girls' game. And pretty just fun basketball.
It has been. I tell you what, we expected a kind of a tight game. We expected it to be up and down. And I tell you what, I think Silex is coming out and saying, hey, look, we're not going anywhere. It's the end of the season, and we want to make sure we have some momentum heading into districts.
Silex is one of their big problems, has been maintaining that level of intensity for 4 quarters in a ball game. They have run out of speed in some of these types of games so far in 2019-2020.
Yep.
So seeing if they can last through the second half. But so far, I think the pace has favored them a little bit.
Absolutely.
Their strength against Louisiana's size has been a fun battle to see in the trenches, and now it's just making that last. And I think Silex has a good opportunity to do that tonight.
And I really think, just from watching, Mark, strictly just, watching the play, Silex seems and feels to be more aggressive than Louisiana has. And if Louisiana wants to get back in to this game and wants to bring home, they're going to have to get more aggressive. Without fouling, sorry.
Yeah, that's the flip side of that coin.
Yeah.
You saw the foul situation really didn't materialize for Louisiana. Remy Felderworth just picked up 1 in the first half, and that's a good start for him, although they did take him out for a while after he picked up that personal. But Donovan Richards has the most fouls of anybody with 2 in this ball game. Trey Mudd with 2 on the other side, but only 3 fouls for Silex over the first 2 quarters. And we only saw a total of 7 free throws combined between these two teams. And, of course, they're both right there near perfect, 2 of 3 for Silex and 3 of 4 for Louisiana over the first 2 quarters. We'll take a break, come back and go through the first half scoring after this. It's the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Hi, folks. My name is Cody Kirkendall. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections. Mike's Tire and Service Center, business 61 North in Bowling Green.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, Marshall Chevrolet, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Oh, Louisiana has high hopes for the second half. See, I commented on what the band was playing.
Is that what you were going with there? I gotcha.
21-16, Silex leads here after 2 quarters, and let's take a look at that first half scoring, Marianne.
All right, leading the way for Silex is Tommy Grody with 10 points and Justin Havlick with 7, and then Trey Mudd and Brian Hinkey each have 2, and as you mentioned, they were 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Scoring for Louisiana, Ryan Capps is leading the way with 6 points, followed by Mason Washington with 4, Wyatt Harrison with the lone 3 of the night for the Bulldogs, and then Remy Felderworth with 2, and Tremaine Chapman with a free throw, and as you mentioned, Mark, they are 3 from 4 from the charity stripe.
So we played 6 quarters of basketball tonight. In varsity. And we have a total of 3 3-pointers
so far.
1 from the girls' game, and now 2 from the guys, 1 for each side on this
Yeah, I'm not real sure
game.
which teams are playing, but hey.
It's very interesting in this live by the three, die by the three time frame of basketball that we only have a night where we're averaging a three-pointer a half, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to pass along, as if you're keeping up to date on scores from around the area, they did not post the actual score, but I can tell you that Wright City girls beat Van Far this evening.
Okay.
And I'm trying to track down some other ones. Those were the first ones. I can tell you that Wright City boys were leading Van Far boys just a few moments ago.
And speaking of Wright City, that'll be the opponent for Bowling Green girls in the opening round of districts coming up on Saturday,
yes,
correct?
Correct.
And that was a one-point game in a very low-scoring game.
Very low-scoring.
In their previous meeting earlier this season, with Bowling Green coming out with that one-point victory. But Wright City, not to be taken lightly, they have a very talented freshman on their team, and some good veteran leaders as well sprinkled in there. It's not your older siblings, Wright City
Correct.
Wildcats. This is a new breed of Lady Wildcat down there this year.
I will let you know I read that wrong. Van Far leads by 5 points heading into the second quarter.
How about that? Well, that would be a good one for Van Far to pull off here starting the final week of the season, as they'll play Clopton and still have Montgomery County, the Van Far girls do, before we get to districts next week.
So we'll keep you updated. Of course, remember, you can always find a full recap of scores by visiting the scoreboard page at KJFM-Eagle102.net.
We'll take a break, come back with second half action after this on KJFM.
With winter weather upon us, remember, One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life. Community State Bank is committed to meeting or exceeding customer expectations and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Third quarter set to begin here from Louisiana. Bulldogs with the ball to start quarter number 3. It's kind of odd. Silex came out of the locker room 2 or 3 minutes before Louisiana, but when it's time to begin playing, Louisiana was all on the floor, and Silex was still in that huddle. The Owls lead it by 5. To the near side, here's Chapman with it, as Louisiana now moving from left to right, and we're going to have a reach-in foul.
No, they're going to say it was out of bounds. So
okay.
when Brian Hickey reached in and smacked the ball, it's going to say it came down out of bounds.
And Richards to inbound, gets it to Harrison in the near corner. Almost fell down, working against Grody, gives it back to Remy Feldworth. Now back up top to Richards to Feldworth. He goes to the hoop and scores.
And he starts the second half with points on the board.
Back the other way quickly. Trey Mudd over to the far side for Havlick. He tries to find his way to the hoop. Goes all the way through and found a little space and
there you
did a
go.
little twirl and scored.
Justin adding 2 more to Silex's lead.
Richards to Remy. Feldworth kicks it to the corner for Washington. His 3 is good.
Good. I tell you what, it kind of bounced off the front of that rim and then went high, touched the backboard and fell in. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-point game.
23-21, Silex leads. With it is Tommy Grody. Grody with the far side for Brian Hankey, now for Trey Mudd. Mudd to Grody again. Bounce pass for Hankey at the baseline. Kicks it back. Here's Tommy for 3. It's short. And the rebound pulled down. High. Had to reach behind him. for Chapman. Tremaine with it again on a give and go, and he traveled.
Yeah. And I tell you what, and they reached in to try and knock it away, and so he's working against that defense. And I think when he came to stop, he realized, oops, one too many steps.
I think maybe if his stop wasn't as dramatic, they probably would have let it go if he would have slid one more half step or so. But he looked guilty just by the way he stopped.
Yes, he did.
Here's Daniel Havlick. Back up top for Hankey over to the far side now for Justin Havlick to Daniel. He kicks it back to Tommy Grody. Grody's wild shot goes in.
Whatever works. Give him 12 on the night and extends that lead back out to 4, 25-21, 6:08 to go here in the third.
Richards to the near side for Harrison. Harrison now far side again. Low pass for Remy and a tie-up. Ooh, that's a quick tie-up.
That was very quick. And possession arrow favors Silex.
25-21, the Owls lead this one on the road. Here's Tommy Grody to Brian Hankey. Hankey across the line. Holds up 3 fingers. And gets it to Trey Mudd. To Tommy Grody on the near point. Kicks it near side, kind of a sling pass to Havlick. Justin gives it back now near side. Here's a long 3. Hankey, it's short. The rebound pulled down by Tremaine Chapman for the Bulldogs. Over to the far side, here's Washington from the corner, and he hits another.
Well, there's those threes we were missing earlier, Mark, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point game. Silex still has the lead over Louisiana, 25-24, 5:16 to go here in the third.
Hankey slowly across the line, gets it to Tommy Grody. Grody slings it again to Brian. Too high off the glass, and the rebound pulled down by Tremaine again, and we're going to have a foul against the Owls.
And I believe that's going to go against Hinkie as he did a little reach in there and made contact.
And it is on Brian, his first. 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Louisiana has pulled close, but not even yet. They can actually pull ahead with the basket here. Remy gave up his dribble and has it stolen by Tommy Grody. He's 1 on 4, so he puts on the brakes momentarily. Hits the bottom of the rim with a shot, and the rebound taken by Donovan Richards. Richards into the offensive end, all the way to the corner for Tremaine Chapman. His 3 misses everything right into the waiting arms of Brian Hankey. Hankey gets it off to Trey Mudd on the far side. Into the offensive end, here's Havlick. Havlick having trouble, kicks to the corner for Trey Mudd. Now back up top for Tommy Grody on the far point. Near side for Brian Hankey. Hankey to Daniel Havlick, or Justin rather. Now that shot by Trey Mudd, no good and knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Louisiana ball, and Wyatt Harrison took a nasty spill, but he bounces back up because he's a freshman. And
he's young and he can do that.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, would be still laying down there. You'd be calling Riley Watkins out to kind of look at me, and Riley would be telling me stop crying and get up.
You know what he'd tell me? That doesn't belong there. That shot off the glass on a nice streak by Mason Washington, and Louisiana pulls ahead by 1.
And that's Washington's 8th point here in this third quarter.
Lazy pass taken away. Here comes Richards to Harrison. He tried to return it. One too many passes there. Should have probably peeled off into the corner, but freshman mistake, and now he commits the foul at the other end. Second on Wyatt Harrison. And into the ball game, Pedersen replaces Chapman. 3:41 to play in the third. 1-point Bulldog lead. Hankey with the ball for the Owls. To the near side for Havlick. Kicks it back to Brian. Now for Daniel Havlick. Daniel to the baseline for Trey Mudd. Nothing there. Kicks it back up and around to Havlick. Now for Justin Havlick. Gets it back to Daniel. He lost control, and it's taken away by Harrison. Gets it ahead. Washington to the hoop. No, but a foul as Washington hits the Bulldog padding.
He'll head to the free throw line. He'll get the chance to shoot 2, courtesy of Justin Havlick. Of course, Justin was quickly reaching down, helping him up off the ground as he kind of shook it off. Now he's headed to the charity stripe.
2 fouls on Havlick. 3:13 to go in the third. First free throw is good, and it's a 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. 27-25, one more shot coming for Mason. And this one rims out, the rebound taken by Hankey. And Silex can tie with the 2, take the lead with a 3 here as we get down to 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's Havlick. That's Justin back up top for Brian Hankey. Hankey gets it to Grody. Grody center of the lane. Goes 1-on-4 and it's out of bounds and going to stay with the Owls now with 2:52 to play.
Kellen Dewey getting a big round of applause as he gets into the basketball game.
Here on senior night. Bounce pass. That shot over everything by Hankey, and the rebound is out of bounds. Going to stay with the Bulldogs. Down to 2:49 to play.
Still here in the third. Louisiana up by 2.
Washington over to the far side for Pedersen. Gets it back to the near side now for Richards. Richards back to Mason. Washington goes behind the back between the legs and gives it off to Donovan. Back to Mason Washington. Again to Donovan Richards. Has Washington open. Here's the 3 from the point. Little short. Rebound Richards.
And nobody went after it.
He'll chuck up a 3. It's no good. The rebound this time pulled down by Thurman for Silex. Here's the Owls on the run to Trey Mudd. Mudd gets that one to go, and we're tied. 6-footer. He's got 4 points. Back the other way. Here's Felderworth. Kicks it out to Richards, now near side for Dewey. And a travel called against the Bulldogs.
You know, Mark, we've had almost as many turnovers here in the third quarter on each side of the ball as we did in the first half.
Now the pace of the game has stayed pretty high, but you think maybe the team's getting a little weary. That's the first thing to go, and there's another turnover. Dewey takes it, and a reach-in foul going to be called on Justin Havlick, his third. Or did they call a push-off on Dewey?
They are calling a push-off on Dewey.
So an offensive foul. Here's Hankey for the Owls. To Havlick, back to Bryan. Went one way, cross back over the other way, and scores.
That's one way to do it. If first attempt fails, try again. Go from a different angle.
He's got 4 points himself now. Over to the far side, here's Washington. Through Pedersen, back to Mason. Washington too high off the glass and a late whistle. And he'll shoot 2.
So back to the free throw line where he's 1 for 2.
1:21 to play in the third quarter. The foul this time is the third on Havlick. It seems like every time I erase something in my book, they go ahead and put it back in for me within the next 30 seconds.
First one's up and good.
Washington makes it a 1-point game. He can tie it with his second shot. Remy Felderworth and Kellen Dewey check out.
Along with Justin Havlick.
Caps back in the ball game.
Along with Jack Logan and Daniel Havlick.
Second one's no good, so it remains a 1-point Silex lead. Down to a minute 12 to play. Here's Grody. To Hankey. Bryan. Up top for Havlick. It's Daniel. Gives it back to Bryan. Backs away from brother Aaron, his head coach. And gives it to Tommy Grody on the near side. Logan out to defend, so he gives it to Daniel Havlick now for Trey Mudd. Mudd kicks it all the way back to Brian Hankey, and looks like they might be playing for a last shot here as we're down to 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Slowing it down with a 1-point lead. Here's Brian Hankey down to 27 seconds to go. Over to the far side. Grody back to Hankey, 20 seconds on the clock. They're going to burn about a minute 15 off by the end of this quarter. Are they going to get the shot off? They're down to 12. They're starting to count him. Down to 8, and they throw it out of bounds. Over the head of Daniel Havlick. Turnover with 6 seconds even. Plenty of time for Louisiana to try and get a shot in to take the lead at the end of 3. Here's Richards down to 4. All the way to the far side. Dan, don't commit a foul. Here's Logan off the mark. The putback was too late by Pedersen. And the Owls will go to the bench, leading 29-28 over Louisiana as we head to the 4th on Eagle 102.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
8 minutes to go in regulation.
I was going to say, I kind of felt bad, in Ellsbury. I know that Kylie Kinsler plays for her aunt. Carrie Coke Dallas, her aunt. I'm not sure I'd want to play for my sibling.
They really have a really great working relationship. I think it is.
What Aaron yells, Brian ignores, because that's how it'd work with my sibling.
My brothers can beat me up, or at least could when I was in high school. As Caps puts that one in, Louisiana pulls ahead by 1.
I mean, technically his brother can bench him, so
you could. Here's Brian in the corner now. Center of the lane. Oh, good cut pass. That shot, good, and a foul.
Count the bucket and the foul for Tommy Grody.
It's got to be Blake Thurman, actually.
Oh, Blake, you're right. That's what I get for marking something down before I.
It's a similar haircut. Flying through the lane in a single-digit number. The foul whistled on Jack Logan, his first. And the shot's no good. So Silex will have to have that 1-point lead stick for him. Here's Washington. Drops it off for Donovan Richards. Richards with 40 seconds gone here in the 4th. They kick it to the corner. Logan, a 3-point threat. No rotation on it, but boy, he's got a pretty high number.
He does.
That one just a little too long and off the mark. Here's Hankey. To Thurman. Thurman gives it to Trey Mudd. Near side now for Daniel Havlick. Havlick kicks it across to Blake. Thurman to Hankey, rather. Brian over to the far side for Havlick. Now for Tommy Grody.
Tell you what, Silex is doing a great job at just running clock.
Yes, they are.
Well, as I say that, and that got picked off.
Yes. They ran off almost a minute and a half to end the 3rd quarter and then threw it away with 6 seconds to go. They've got to make it count when they run this much offense. Here's Thurman again off the glass high. Boy, he's acrobatic.
Give him 4 points here in the 4th quarter, and it's up to a 3-point lead for the Owls.
Not the biggest lead of the night, but the biggest in a while for Silex. And here's Logan coming out of the corner with it. To Richards. Back to Logan. Jack to Donovan again between the circles. Mason Washington back to Richards. Looks like Louisiana was content to run a little bit, but then it's stolen by Hankey. Brian, no. Thurman, yes. The putback is good. He's got 6 points all here in the 4th quarter and a timeout taken by Coach Smith and the Bulldogs with 5:42 to go. 35-30. Silex leads the Bulldogs from the Jake on Eagle 102.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Mike's Tire and Service Center, and Kathy Clean.
That is the, again, shortest roller coaster I think I've ever seen.
Well, maybe they're like on, what is it, the Mr. Freeze? That's only like, 13 seconds.
That's up and down once, but that was about 4. That's like the little dragon that they bring to the fair every year, which I don't think is as thrilling as they just made it out to be.
Either way, they're having fun over there in the dog pound.
Yes, they are. 35-30, Silex leads here in the fourth quarter. Big fourth quarter already for Blake Thurlman. He's come off the bench and scored 6 points. Bulldog ball after the timeout, and here's Pedersen. To Harrison in the backcourt. We played just over 2 minutes in the final frame. Chapman gives it back to Pedersen. Over to the far side for Harrison. Again, the Bulldogs without Angel Yalola tonight. Their point guard. Ball
He's not even on the bench. That's how sick he is.
Out due to illness tonight. Turnaround shot, Pedersen, no. And the rebound pulled down by Trey Mudd for the Owls. And we've seen Silex play some good basketball, just come up short as the game went on this season. I remember a game where they played Van Far within 10, and now a timeout taken by Silex. And they'll bring Hamlick back in. 5:07 to play, 35-30. The Owls lead the Bulldogs on Eagle 102.
The staff at Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice are your neighbors. Here are just a few of the programs they have to offer. Baby Basics, breastfeeding peer counseling, natural nurses, car seat safety, farm safety for kids, maternal and child health, safe sitter courses, and WIC, plus much more. Pike County Health Department is a not-for-profit organization as it is funded by tax dollars. So when you use their services, you're putting your tax dollars to work. To keep up to date, be sure to like them on Facebook. Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, located in Bowling Green.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Bib Beach and Collier Funeral Homes in Liggins Flooring.
Silex with the ball after the timeout. Havlick gives it down low. Trey Mudd waits for traffic. Here's Havlick for a 3, and that one's nothing but net. Justin Havlick with a tray. He's got a dozen points. 38-30 is the Silex lead. So we played over 3 minutes here in this fourth quarter. Owls starting to open it up. Here's Tremaine Chapman. Chapman gets it back to Harrison, back to Tremaine again. Near side for Mason Washington. Washington kicks it back again to Harrison. Center of the lane for Felderworth. Over to Chapman on the far side. He comes out of the corner, now kicks it out. Washington for 3. That rocket went right through.
I tell you what, now, for a game that we didn't see many threes in the first half, we're definitely seeing them in the second.
Yes, we are. Here's Hankey. Drops it off for Tommy Grody. Kicks it down. Trey Mudd. Reverse layup is good. 40-33. 6 points for Trey. Back the other way, Felderworth gets it to Washington, kicks it back to Harrison. Harrison over to the far side for Tremaine Chapman. Back to Wyatt. They kick it to the baseline. It's stolen away by Trey Mudd. Bounce pass gets it to Grody in the backcourt. Works around a defender, now gets it to Brian Hankey. Hankey peels out and gives it back to Tommy Grody. Grody into a double team, and he's fouled. Near the line, Pedersen going to pick up the personal.
And I'll tell you what, this is the closest I think we've been to shooting for the bonus, and that's only the 4th team foul.
Yeah. There are still fouls to give. I bet we reach it, though. Ball thrown to the backcourt and almost taken away by Pedersen. Grody had to really hustle to get that one. Luckily, he's quick. Hankey back to Trey Mudd over to the far side for Hamlick. That's Justin. Excuse me, that was Daniel. They get it to, oh my goodness.
Wasn't that Tommy Grody?
Tommy Grody.
With the underhand scoop.
Makes it 42-33. Tommy has 14. Back the other way, here's a 3. That's a little too long, and the rebound picked up by Trey Mudd. Brian Hankey slowly takes it across the line. We played 5 minutes here in the fourth. Silex starting to pull away. Tommy Grody gave up his dribble, now gives it the ball to Trey Mudd. Work it down low to Havlick into a double team, and Daniel Havlick is fouled. Will shoot a pair.
Mason Washington thought he was straight up, but can't really shuffle those feet too terribly much underneath there. All it takes is just a little bit of the ankle in, and that's what you get. And really, they called it on Wyatt Harrison, so that may have been why that he was more confused.
Wyatt's third, and the first free throw is good. First point tonight for Daniel Havlick.
Falderworth and Harrison coming out. Caps comes back in, and maybe Richards, maybe.
Second shot for Havlick is good as well. And it's an 11-point lead and a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. 2:51 to play. It's 44-33 Silex on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Insurance Agency can assist in all the insurance coverage you may need. With the proper insurance coverage, you can stop sweating the small stuff and enjoy life. Bowling Green Insurance Agency is one of the leading insurance agencies in the Pike County area. Give them a chance and they'll prove it. Call Fred Carlson and get a quote. Bowling Green Insurance Agency.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Brown's Processing, Craig's Truck and Tractor, and Old Tops Pawn Shop.
An 11-point Silex lead here in the fourth quarter. We haven't been able to say that too many times this season.
Yeah.
And, we talked about it in the pregame, you know, Silex had been building towards something, and tonight it looks like they're building toward a pretty impressive road victory. If they can make this one stick, last another 2:51 in this ball game. They've had a problem with fading down the stretch, but no signs of that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, they've been on point this evening. And one of the things that has concerned me watching Louisiana here in the fourth is they are doing that live by and die by the three, and they're going to have to figure out a way to get points on the board from inside that arc.
Across the line, here's Washington to Chapman. Dribbles to the free throw line, kicks it back to Mace. Mason to Donovan Richards. Back to Mason, Washington again. Free throw line, scoops it back to Pedersen. Pedersen from the free throw line is shot short. Rebound picked up by Grody. Tommy. Ooh, almost across the line was Havlick, and then he went back into the backcourt with it. Here's Henke in the offensive end, down to 2:18 to play. Gonna have to start fouling soon, you would think. And there is a foul that will send Justin Havlick to the free throw line. No, not yet.
Nope, not yet.
Have two fouls to give, that's right. So Silex will take it underneath the basket. And kick it back to Trey Mudd. To Tommy Grody again. Tommy works against Pedersen. Now to Justin Havlick, and he's fouled by Mason Washington.
Now we'll go. That's the 17th foul, so it should be a 1-and-1.
Back-to-back fouls on Mace. I hope he goes by Mace.
If not, he should.
Yeah.
Just our opinion.
Yeah. It's easy to say.
Uh-huh.
Front half, rims out for Havlick. He's 1 for 3 from the line tonight. They kick it down low, and Chapman goes off the glass and in.
That's his first 2 points here in the second half. He has a total of 3 tonight.
Yeah, first shot to go down for him from the field in the ball game, and here's Brian Henke. Henke kicks it back to Tommy Grody, and he's fouled by Tremaine Chapman.
Tommy Grody's not the guy I would pick to go to the free throw line. As we mentioned before, game we watched not that long ago, he was 16 for 19 from the charity stripe.
A 1-and-1 opportunity here.
And he continues.
Makes the first to earn the second. And trying to restore that 11-point advantage with this shot. He does.
With ease. I mean, he makes it look smooth and easy.
Cross the line, Richards to Washington. Washington to the hoop, and he's fouled.
Now, Washington's had an amazing second half as well for the Bulldogs, but just 50% from the charity stripe.
The foul is on Daniel Havlick, his first, and a 2-shot opportunity for Mason Washington. Gets this one to go to make it a 10-point deficit. 46-36. Minute 36 remains. Second shot is good. Rolled around long enough, didn't it?
It did.
Timeout taken in a 9-point game. Silex 46, Louisiana 37 here in the fourth on Eagle 102.
If you happen to find yourself looking for somewhere new to get your vehicle serviced, Pogue Ford in Bowling Green is here to remind you they can handle all brands of vehicles. However, if you have GM or Chrysler warranty, They will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, the Mercantile Bank and Bowling Green Tractor.
Fourth quarter, time becoming a factor for the Bulldogs. They trail by 9. It'll be Silex ball after the timeout. Minute 36 remaining here in regulation.
Full court pressure from the Dogs.
And Grody gets it. Tommy takes it back to Hankey. He crosses the line. Not much time to spare there. Back to Tommy Grody. No foul yet. And now there is one from Tremaine Chapman. And again, not the person you wanted to put at the line. Number 3 in black and green.
Still just a 1-1 as it's the 9th team foul.
And to stretch us back to double digits, the first half of a 1-1 is good. Earns that second. And one more for Tommy Grody. And he drains it. Back the other way. Here's Remy Felderworth. Kicks it back to Richards. Richards loses the handle. Ball picked up by Trey Mudd. Now to Tommy Grody. We're down to a minute 15 on the clock. To the near side for Brian Hankey. Hankey for Trey Mudd. Back to Brian. Over to Tommy Grody, and they're going to have to foul him, and there it is. Washington picks up his third personal.
And really at this point, that's going to put him on the line for 2 freebies no matter what, because it's the 10th team foul. Down to a minute to go. If you're not going to make the baskets on the other end, there's no point in continuing to foul.
I think if he makes both of these, which he doesn't, that's
the first one he's missed tonight.
Yep.
Up to that point, he was 5 for 5.
And the second one is good. So it's a 12-point game now. Over to the far side here. They drop it down. It's knocked away, and they say last touch by Mason Washington, and the referees are going to talk about it. I think.
Ooh, are we actually going to get to talk a little smack about Adam Falloon now? I mean, I've been waiting all game.
Well, I think he actually.
I think he had a better vantage point.
Yeah, I think he did have a better look at that, and it's going to be Louisiana ball. They get together and made the right call. You can't talk smack about that. They did the right thing.
Falloon, come on, man.
A veteran move by the official on the far side. Here's a 3. That one's off the mark. Rebound fought for into the corner and picked up by Havlick. Now there's one more foul, and things got a little physical there between Remy Felderworth and Justin Havlick. And Justin gets a little talking to on his way up the floor. Like, you got the foul call. Just go down there and shoot your free throws. But he is just 1 for 3 from the line tonight. First one's good. 50-37.
Hmm.
43.8 seconds to go. And the second one is good. 51-37. Felderworth almost tied up, almost traveled. Now they kick it to the corner for Harrison. It's good. And a timeout taken. In an 11-point game, Wyatt Harrison with a big 3 to keep this interesting as we close in on the end of this one. 33.8 seconds to go. It's Silex. Well, they got 52 on the board. Did I miss a free throw?
I think so, but that's okay.
Well, it'll work. 12-point game here on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Air Evac, Spring Hollow Coffee, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Well, Silex leads by a dozen.
I feel like their buzzer's a little dramatic.
Yep. I wouldn't be pressing it too many times either. You only got so many after the problems with the scoreboard they had in the gym earlier.
No kidding.
Here's Tommy Grody in the backcourt, gets it to Brian Hankey. 30 seconds to go as we start the final week before districts, and a foul was going to send Tommy Grody back to the line.
Bless the hearts. 25 seconds. You're down by 12. And you're going to put Tommy Grody on the line. And
Pedersen charged with the personal, his second. First free throw rattles down.
Kellen Dewey come back in the basketball game.
His second tour duty tonight. Just one of the seniors honored tonight for Louisiana. And Grody missed another. Just 2 of 4 down the stretch after hitting his first 5. Here's Richards, a floater, it's good. Donovan's first 2 points tonight.
I feel like I don't quite get the don't foul out quick enough.
11 seconds to go. The deficit is 11, and you're still fouling. The foul was the 4th on Mason Washington. He's got 19 points to lead things for Louisiana, and the first free throw for Havlick is good. That's Justin. He's hit 3 in a row.
Make it 4 in a row.
55-42. Felderworth to the hoop and in. Remy with 6 points, and that's the ball game. 55-44 is our final. Here from the Jake, Silex spoils senior night, winning both the girls and boys varsity contests. We'll be back with the postgame show after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply. People's Bank & Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your accounts, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People's Bank & Trust online at www.pbtc.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Final in this one, according to the scoreboard, was 55-44. We only count 54 points for Silex, and Silex's book only had 54 points in it. But we'll go with what the scoreboard says and make it an 11-point win for Silex over the Bulldogs tonight. That's a quality win for Silex, who have struggled to pick up wins this season, and Louisiana has continued that trend of not being able to put consecutive good games together as they fall tonight by 11 to a team that on paper they should have beat.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, the big key was, and we talked about it, Mark, we talked about it pregame, and we talked about it at halftime, is first of all, you can't live and die by the three. You absolutely cannot. But secondly, Silex out-rebounded Louisiana, and it was really on both ends. And I tell you what, that's a lot of times where that came from. I mean, Louisiana did not get the second chance shots. They were in there. They were trying to be physical, but I don't know if they were scared about fouling, and that's why they weren't as aggressive. I'm just not sure. We watched at one time, I think it was Donovan Richards put up a three, and it bounced back, and absolutely nobody went for it. It came right back to him. So why are we not going after the basketball, we as all players?
Yeah.
Why was 10 players standing there looking at the basketball? So
it's a valid question. I think strength and positioning really worked in the favor of the Owls tonight, especially when they packed it down low. They just stole a lot of balls away from the taller but younger and maybe a little spindlier Louisiana players, and they'll fill out. I think the youngsters for Louisiana, as they continue to grow and fill out, are going to be. This is going to be a team to be reckoned with. Louisiana.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
It's just they're young right now and trying to find their way in the world, and if they can keep consistency and stay together, the next couple of years, I think, are going to be very good for Louisiana. But tonight is Silex's night. Boy, they played a near perfect game against that young team. Yeah,
they did. And I tell you what, we're going to go down the scores here in just a minute. I want to double check a couple numbers, but I can tell you a big portion of the win tonight came from the free throw line.
Definitely. Over the last couple of minutes, Silex is very good, which they've been throughout the season. Very good free throw shooting team. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with final scoring numbers after this on Eagle 102.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit cards, now with even more ways to save with 2 great reward programs. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Schaefer. With sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community: Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Family Drug, and Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice.
All right, Marianne, I officially changed it on KJFM, Eagle102.net on the live feed of this game. 54-44.
I feel like
final.
3 of us can't be wrong, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go through the final scoring numbers from this one.
All right, leading the scoring tonight for Silex should come as no surprise. Tommy Grody put up 20 points on the night. Justin Havlick had 16. Blake Thurlman and Trey Mudd each had 6. Brian Hickey with 4 and Daniel Havlick with 2. Now, the big thing here, we talked about in the first half, Silex was 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. They were 12 for 16 in the second half, giving up 14 for 19.
They got a lot of opportunities there, especially down the stretch.
But you win by 10, and you had 12 points from the free throw line. What does that tell you?
That is a difference maker, although I think Silex really didn't need to be at the line that much.
I agree.
Louisiana kept it going a little bit long there in the final 30 seconds.
Leading the way for Louisiana tonight, Mason Washington had 19 points. Ryan Capps with 8. Wyatt Harrison and Remy Feldworth with 6. Tremaine Chapman was kind of the shock. He had 3 on the night. Kind of looked for a few more points for him, so Silex did a good job of shutting him down. And then Donovan Richards with 2. They didn't do bad when they were at the free throw line. They just weren't there as much. They were a total of 7 for 10 overall.
Not bad at all. It was an entertaining ball game between these two teams, and to see Silex put together 4 quarters, it makes my heart happy because they've struggled with that this season, and I like a lot of the kids on that team. Louisiana just needs to now figure out how to put a couple of games together where they've got that same intensity and same drive. And and can get those shots going. Just that three-pointer, it wasn't a factor for the Bulldogs until it was too late in this one.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the three-point shot-wise up and through the first half. We had three. What do we say? Three total. We had one in the girls' game, and then one for Louisiana, and one for Silex in the first half. And then the second half come out, and really not much from Silex from the way of threes. Justin Havlick had one. I think that was it in the second half. But it was Louisiana that started opening up with the threes. The problem was, as you said, Mark, at that point they started getting hot from the three-point line, and then they just went cold as they could be. Yeah. And, you can't live and die by it. That's just all there is to it, especially in close games like this one.
Another great game, especially from the line for Tommy Grody tonight, and the Owls grab a win on the road over Louisiana, 54-44. We'll be back tomorrow night with more basketball for you from Bowling Green as the Lady Cats and Bobcats host the Clopton Lady Hawks and Clopton Hawks tonight in a doubleheader. And then one more night, Thursday night, from Banfar, as Clopton will be playing the Indians and Lady Indians on Thursday. Tomorrow's pregame, I think, scheduled for, a 5:15 ahead of the 5:30 tip-off?
I will double-check because I know that tomorrow night is varsity boys, varsity and JV. And I believe they're doing the two gyms, but want to double-check.
All right, but tentatively that's what it's looking like. So join Marianne and Jim Ross for all the action tomorrow from Bowling Green, and join us for the Eagle Morning Show, bright and early tomorrow morning, right here on KJFM. For Marianne Everhart, Mark Froenig, Brennan back at the station. Thanks for listening and watching online tonight from high school basketball on KJFM Radio. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to high school basketball on KJFM Radio. Eagle 102 Sports coverage of high school hoops was brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Bank of Louisiana, Calumet of Missouri, Eolia Landscaping Supply, Hankey Construction, Bowling Green Chevrolet, the Bibb Beach Funeral Homes LLC, and Collier Funeral Home, Cellular and Satellite Center, Bowling Green Tractor, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Community State Bank of Missouri, Kathy Clean, J&D Tire and Auto, Meyer Implement Company, County Market in Louisiana, Craig's Truck and Tractor Service, Quiver River Electric Cooperative, the Bowling Green Insurance Agency, Family Drug in Louisiana, the Bowling Green Pharmacy and Hearing Aid Center, by Ingram Plumbing, the Airy Back Life Team, Liggins Flooring, Old Top Pawn Shop, Midwest Pest Professionals, Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, by State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, Outlaw Lawn and Landscaping, Pam Todd Watts Realty, People's Bank and Trust, Perkins Electrical Service, Young Enterprises Incorporated, All Parts in Louisiana, Pike County Mutual Insurance, B&B Automotive, Spring Hollow Coffee, the Mercantile Bank of Louisiana, Mike's Tire Service, by Pike County Memorial Hospital, and by Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate. Listen all season for high school basketball, right here on your area sports leader, Eagle 102.
From KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, this is Eagle 102.